Es que se nota el panel del Fòrum que se está llenando un poco de ruido. Estamos calientes, repito y recuerdo. Queremos ir a la final con tremendo nivel. Qualifiers a una sola ronda de 45 segundos, lo van a dar todo. Pero desde el primero al último, 45 segundos, 8 plazas en la final. Esto está que arde. Es una sola ronda de 45 segundos dando todo lo que haya, todo lo que tengan dentro. En este pedazo de Parc del Fòrum, tremendo BMX Street. No hagáis caso a lo que pone ahí detrás de la pantalla. Eso era el formato hasta ayer, con el delay que tuvimos. Hemos decidido y hemos concretado este formato que va a ser espectacular. A una sola ronda lo van a dar todo. No se pueden dejar nada.
Okay, this is gonna be crazy, eh? This is gonna be crazy. Crazy riders, 5 hits of 6 riders each one. 45 seconds of one round, only one round, yeah?
Vale, chicos, estamos listos. Vale, chicos, pues ahora sí que sí. Barcelona, barra, ¿dónde estáis? Vamos a hacer ruido porque vamos a empezar. Qualifiers. Only one round, 45 seconds. Empezamos con el primer rider, con Eric Rodríguez. Fuerte el aplauso para Eric. Pues estamos ready, tenemos el tiempo, los jueces todos ready. Tiempo 3, 2, 1. Ahí viene Eric Rodríguez entrando directamente al cajón. 360 perfecto. Y ese Wii también perfecto a pedales. Wow, 540 puntos, se cae igual el bali para arriba, eso me vale, también cuenta, dale gas. Arriba con ese doble P, Barspin, perfecto, aguantado. Ahí bajando 25 segundos por delante, directo al rail. Ese freewall arriba en la baranda. Disaster Barspin para abajo. Vamos Eric, chaval, lo estás bordando, aguantando el manual. Con ese paso ahí. 10 segundos. ¡Ay, se escapó! 8 segundos, vamos Eric, dale gas, déjalo todo. 3, 2, 1, Homo Fibo 180, tiempo. Tremendo, tremendo, tremendo.
Esperad un segundo a que os demos la salida, ¿vale? Os damos la salida aquí. Paul Palau, el siguiente rider.
El siguiente rider que tenemos preparado por... Tenemos el ok, vamos con Paul Palau, fuerte el aplauso, fuerte para Paul Palau. Está ya el water, 3, 2, 1, tiempo para Paul que entra directo para abajo. Vamos con chaval arriba con ese doble P.
Bajando con el pie delantero en la barandilla. Chivos todo van arriba del water.
Ese Raven se escapó, no pasa nada, 30 segundos por delante. Vamos Paul, van a estar contigo, van a estar con él, luego mira cómo lo recoge, perfecto. Vamos a darle ganar a Paul, más calor del que ya hace. Speed. Wow, una patadita a la primera. Hay que usar ese módulo de creatividad, eso les gusta a los jueces también. 10 segunditos. Vamos Paul, vamos a cerrar a lo grande. Al cajón. Pivot, ocupar, perfecto. TV se escapó. Tiempo para Paul. Arriba van a estar con Mira Soquet, la hora de la siesta. Pasar chicos, tiempo a los jueces. Respirar tranquilos pasará. Ahora vamos al siguiente rider, fuerte aplauso también. Desde Honduras, Henry Josué, fuerte aplauso. Vamos a que no se oye nada, vamos a ver. Está ready, 3, 2, 1. Vamos para adentro con Henry. Directamente el lado que se tira con el 76 Parc. Como le coge perfecto ahora para encarar. Y sigue la línea. Aguantándose mano al Martin, aguanta, cajón. Con el frío hasta abajo. Tremendo combo, tailwheel perfecto. Y para el otro lado, vamos, ahora sí. 360 la pirámide. 20 segundos. Pasado Calvin, se manda la base que se escapa, no pasa nada. Wow, look down, bajando el plano. El tailwheel se escapa, no pasa nada, 10 segundos. Vamos, Henry, vamos, 10 segunditos para ti. Vamos a acabar la rueda por todo lo alto. ¡Tiempo para Henry! Fuerte aplauso para el fuerte ruido. Ahí le estamos viendo desde el primer grupo. Veremos las combinaciones que vienen. Estamos ok ya, pues vamos con el siguiente rider desde León. Fuerte ruido para Javier Rodríguez. Vamos Javi, nervios fuera, disfruta. BMX amigos, tiempo para Javi. Rodríguez para la barandilla. Lo he visto si camino de lejos de Bruque. Ahora perfecto el teo, Marenales. Vamos Javi, chaval, Marci. Fluyendo.
Javi, Andrei, tú el Oltec, vamos a ver el cuarto, vamos Javi, vamos.
Vamos Javi, directo a Andrei. Arriba de ese rey, bajando el barco, se escapa arriba también. Sí, está bien, es un titán, arriba para Javi, vamos chaval. 20 segundos.
Primero para Javier, por favor, desde León, la está matando 4 P. A ver qué nos enseña por ahí.
Adelante, grande, vamos a la izquierda por fuerte, 10 segunditos. Que se acuerden del baja. Vamos con 3. Vamos con la banda. Tiempo final. ¿Está bien?
Ruido para Javier, por favor,
Ruido. Tremendo, Javi, tremendo.
A veces pasa esto, chavales, a veces pasa esto. Es un deporte extremo. Vamos a hacer ruido para Javi, por favor, que no tiene la rota. Vamos. Necesitamos a nuestra ayuda, también.
Vamos presentando al siguiente rider, el quinto rider de este primer grupo, Mohamed Benzmain. Está preparado, está a la sombra, porque un sonador. Estamos ready, Mohamed. Pues vamos contigo. 3, 2, 1. Tiempo para Mohamed. Momento al cuarto para coger inercia. Tiene velocidad. Tiene capacidad. El rey por encima. Over high speed. Marci en el cuarto, perfecto. Avanzando el manual. Para el nose en el cajón. 30 segundos por delante. Mohamed Benzmain subiéndose al tremendo a la parte plana. De nuevo a la banda, a ver que baja ese doble P. Entera. Grandly, yes. Vamos con ese pisaje de otra de la pirámide. Tira 360, limpito, manchadito, 10 segundos, 10 segundos. Marci mano, aguantando. Vamos hasta cuarto, bajó, perfecto, 5 segundos. ¡Tiempo! Tremendo, Mohamed. Vaya nivel. Último rider del grupo. Recordamos grupos de 6 riders, una única ronda. El siguiente rider es Fernando Castillo. Recuerdo, 6º rider del primer grupo. Estamos esperando todavía los pies de los jueces. Y cerramos fuerte el día para Fernando Castillo, este último rider. El primer grupo está preparado ahí abajo. Está ready, ¿no? Pues 3, 2, 1 y tiempo para Fernando. Vamos a cerrar este primer grupo con mucho nivel. Va creciendo el nivel del suelo. Va a tocar la right. Perfecto, el van subiendo hasta el plano. Yes. Equipo con mucha fluidez. Tienes un poco de peja, aguantando 160, no pasa nada, 30 segundos, Fernando, tienes tiempo por delante. El mensaje arriba, recordamos que tienen una sola ronda, only one run. Cuando se equilibra para abajo. Se la cambia al plano, 15. 10 segundos, Fernando, vamos a cerrar, por ahí está lo. Hace mucho calor, vamos a darle más calor todavía al asunto. Deseamos fieles en 180. Tiempo para ti, suena la voz de tremendo, Fernando. Vamos con el siguiente grupo ya. Leo Levan, Onda Leo, Jan Miller, Alex González, Axel González y el Parc, Álvarez Miguel, a pista, por favor. Solo de este grupo, vamos con el segundo grupo. Segundo grupo. Dos minutos tenéis para rodar un poquito, así que por favor venid a la pista.
2 minutos, forma, menos 2 minutos.
Repito, Leo Levan, Onda Leo, Jack Miller, Axel González, el Parc y Álvaro Esquivel.
Ahora vamos a una presentación rapidita de los riders. Leo Levan, desde Suiza, rider de la 22 Crew, rider de Cool Crew, de Primo y de Vans, matándola con un switch 3 por ahí, cuadro amarillo. Ruido para el cero, por favor.
Ruido, que vamos a presentar a los riders.
Otra Leo, rider español también, lo tenemos de aquí, de casa, montando para el BCD. Aquí está matando la camiseta blanca, madre grande. Suiza, que es bien tranquilo. Ex-rider, third rider of the group, Jack Miller. From England, Style, there you go, rider for Sueda, Cinema. From de San Francisco, Chile. 6. Rider número 4, Axel González, rider de Argentina, andando para Sánchez y Primo, Matón, otro con mucha clase también. El Parc lo tenemos aquí de Colombia, aplicado en Madrid, con sus trucos locos. Vamos a ver qué nos enseña por aquí. El último rider de este grupo, Álvaro Esquivel, de Costa Rica, ¿vale? Un matón, lo tenemos aquí también.
Pura vida, bro.
Rider de Cool, ahí lo tenemos entrando a San Francisco, track driver tranquilo, switch leg. Vamos a ver qué nos regalan.
Chicos, por favor, stop riding. Se acaba ya este warm-up. Estamos ya ready con el primer rider. Seba Levan, ¿dónde estás? Where are you, Seba? Are you ready? Pues 3, 3, 2, 1. Time for you, bro.
De donde corre con actitud, con switch y el mexicano es over moon. Switch 3 de San Francisco.
Sigue aguantando con el nose arriba. Ese fútbol, un fútbol de spin de la cajón cambiando la altura. Suavecito ese passway. Qué bonito que acaba bajando Pereira.
He's going up on the left. Then on the key second, clear car, Chile. Without doing nothing, he's a crazy rider. Going to the left, cracker. Battery, 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Acaba la rodilla al dedo, creo que va, sigue con la baranda. Sí, wow, ese ojo, cruce, de guay desde arriba hasta abajo, tiempo, pero fuerte ruido. Buena lluvia. Y a subir el asunto del nivel. Vaya líder con el siguiente rider también. Ponte al Leo. Ahí también a la sombrita porque hace mucho calor.
Entra cuando le digamos, ¿vale?
Vale, pues tenemos el ok. Are you ready? Pues 3, 2, 1, time for you. Vamos a darle calor, que va a ser para la baranda. Wow, ese overtook que va encima de la baranda, que está muy perfecto a pedales.
Evacuate el aéreo, vamos a ver qué hace San Francisco, switch to rival. Let's go, Hunger going up the day. 28 seconds for you.
Y por delante todavía en la ronda. Perfecto, ese homo, ahí sí. Tremendo, no se le escapa en el cajón con el cambio de altura.
Volvemos a la zona central. Vamos a San Francisco Blanco, vale low, lo va a traer low tranquilo. Vamos otra, vamos, 10 segundos. Seguimos.
Vamos a darle ruido, que se sienta apoyado, vamos. Tiempo para otra Leo, qué barbaridad. Empieza a subir el nivel, van si dejamos más calor, se crece aún más todavía. Tenemos con el tercer rayo de este grupo, desde Gran Bretaña, Jack Miller. Ha entrado directamente por encima de la baranda de Smith. Wow, tremendo 180 Parc. Saliendo de nuevo ahora hacia la baranda, subida hacia el cajón. Sorpréndeme, wow, doble 360 se sacó. Tiene tiempo.
Let's go, 30 seconds. Let's go.
Jack Miller desde Gran Bretaña. Wow, el Bacalo termina perfecto a cumplir la ronda de 20 segundos, 20 segundos.
Sigue going up, please, party. Switch angle, perfect, speed. Let's go, Jack, let's go. Let's make some noise for Jack, please.
Para que no se escucha nada, mira cómo va casi nos hacía el palo, 10. Y wow, tremendo tiempo para Jack Miller.
Jack Miller, fire, man.
Recordamos el formato de competición es una sola ronda de 45 segundos, only one round, 45 seconds, y only 8 plays in the final.
El siguiente rider, Axel González, llegado desde Argentina, rider para Sánchez, para Primo. Let's make some noise for Axel, please. Axel. Cuando te digamos.
Pendientes de la gorra de Kanye.
Vale, chicos, es importante, solo cuando os digamos, ¿vale? Le estáis poniendo el trabajo difícil a los jueces. Axel, llegado de Argentina, un rider que hace todo muy limpio. Veremos que nos puede regalar aquí en el Fòrum hoy. ¿Queréis ver algo o no? Decídmelo, por favor.
Vamos, vamos a darle calor. Vamos, chavales, que estamos aquí ya preparados, estamos ready, tenemos mucho por delante todavía. Mucho level, mucho BMX. Es tremendo el nivel internacional y nacional que tenemos en este Extreme Barcelona. Y tenemos el ok, así que estamos ready contigo ya. Vamos, Axel González, fuerte el ruido, are you ready? Pues 3, 2, 1, tiempo para Axel. Madrid con la gap. Ahí yo creo que le faltó un Parc al caer. Como doble pez en la baranda, bajando el 180 que lo recoge perfecto, directo al quarter. Aleva el desastre, entregando con el pez. Doble pez en subida a la baranda, doble pez, ¡ay! Se enganchó.
Dale, no pasa nada, seguimos, tenemos 20 segundos aún, va. 20 segundos, vamos a matarla.
Vamos, Marna, vamos a darle calor, está Argentino, tremendo. Ese hombre flujo 180. Ya, la rotación de Tracy en la pirámide limpísima.
Decís en la urna, vamos, ¿queréis ver más o no? Decidme,
Vamos a hacer, ¡oh! El 360 sube tiempo.
Buena, buena. Siguiente rider, el Parc de Madrid, montando para Eric
Parce ha dicho que si no sale. Vamos a darle un poco de ruido al Parce aquí. Recordamos que solo está jugando todo una sola ronda de 45 segundos. Lo van a dar todo con ese calor tremendo en el Parc del Fòrum. Y tiempo preparado, así que Parce, 3, 2, 1, vamos contigo, directo al quarter para abajo. Atentos porque tiene unos combos terribles este rider. Pasando de over por encima de la barandilla, gritando por el tren delantero, suavecito, limpio. Directo para arriba. ¡Wow!
Saque de tu vida del Parce, perfecto. Acabamos de matar de overtooth, perfecto.
Smith en el cajón, en ese juguetito de cajón de doble altura. Vamos, Parce. ¡Wow! Over Smith por encima de la barandilla. Tremendo ese doble 180, 10 segundos. Parce, revienta lo que paró.
Vale, Parce, entramos en la zona central, vamos a ver. Desde el medio, necesita mucha técnica para hacer este truco. Mucha técnica.
Acelerando tiempo para Parce. ¡Ay, se escapó! ¡Ruido para Cristian! ¡El Parce! ¡Sí! ¡Qué barbaridad! ¡Qué trucos! ¿Cómo pasa por encima de las barandillas? Apoyando solamente el pie contrario por encima para un lado. Esa rotación fue una barbaridad, la verdad. Vaya rondita de Parce.
Siguiente rider, nos preparamos. Álvaro Esquivel, directo de Costa Rica. ¡Vamos a hacer ruido! ¡Vamos a hacer ruido!
¡Ruido, madre mía, desde Costa Rica! Vaya rider también por medio con muchísimo nivel montando para Kurt. Pura vida, Álvaro, pura vida. Vamos preparando los golpes, terminando todos los detalles, colócate tranquilo, respira un poquito. Y vamos a ver si van a estar bien o no van a estamos o no. Vamos con Álvaro Esquivel desde Costa Rica, venido aquí.
3, 2, 1,
Bueno. Es un directo cayendo, aguantándose Half-Pipe ahora a manual. Cómo lo rota. Ahí se escapó, no pasa nada, dale porque te puso tiempo por delante.
Seguimos, Álvaro, seguimos. Vamos matando a la Big Man en el quarter. Vamos a San Francisco de Derwick. Seguimos, abre el switch 180, perfecto. Vamos a hacerle ruido, Álvaro, por favor.
Wow, teniendo ese 180 más, bajando el cajón.
10 segundos, Álvaro, 10 segundos.
Vamos a reventarla en los últimos segunditos. Vamos, Álvaro, tremendo suavecito. Aguantándose Half-Pipe, mira cómo viene. Vamos, Alvarito. Tercer grupo, por favor, Eduardo Rodríguez, Lian Andreu, Jaume Sintes, el conejo Matías Uchón, Emma Silva y Diogo Santos. Vamos a pista, 2 minutes for warm-up, 2 minutitos para calentar. Con este tercer grupo, Eduardo Rodríguez, Lian Andreu, Jaume Sintes, Matías Uchón, Emma Silva y Diogo Santos. Tremenda mezcla de nacionalidades en este grupito.
2 minutos para calentar, chicos. 2 minutos. Llevo 2 minutos. Tenemos redes de calidad por aquí. Emma Silva, el primero por aquí. Tenemos al conejo argentino también como Emma, Liam Mateo, en la baranda grande. Tenemos a todos.
Jaume Sintes. Eduardo Rodríguez, este Nicaragua tremendo, viene en un nivel increíble, como todo este plantel que tenemos. ¡Wow! Movido el 180 más. Como todo este plantel que tenemos en este Extreme 2023 es tremendo el nivel. Y recuerdo, con este pedazo de nivel se lo juegan todo a una sola ronda de 45 segundos. Only one run, 45 seconds. Y only 8 places, los 8 plazas para la final tenemos dentro de un rato con los 8 mejores de este increíble plantel que tenemos en el Extreme Barcelona Street Plaza. Lian Andreu, tremendo, volando. Tremendo, Lian, tremendo. Rider de Blanes, un estilo increíble. El conejo también subiendo la baranda. Emma Silva, con ese combo de
Hay mucho nivel, chavales, hay mucho nivel.
Dios santo desde Portugal.
Os voy a querer escuchar bien fuerte a todos. Warm up is over, warm up is over. Calentamiento, se acabó. Cada uno en su posición, por favor. Eduardo Rodríguez va a ser el primero a nuestra señal, ¿vale? Siempre a nuestra señal, chicos.
Vale, pues estamos listos, ahí está el conejo dándole un poquito de pena a la baranda. Y vamos a ir con el primer rider, ya lo hemos presentado desde Nicaragua, ese portento físico que está ahí detrás. Eduardo Rodríguez, marca fuerte ruido para Eduardo Rodríguez, que viene como un cohete. Quiere hacer un papel aquí bueno con esta pedazo de crew de riders internacionales. ¿Está ready, Edu? ¿Estamos ready, banda o no?
¡Ruido para Edu, por favor!
Pues 3, 2, 1 y tiempo para Eduardo Rodríguez. Va directo al cajón con ese Oppo Freeway Masking. 180 aguantando, tremendo recogido. Vamos, Edu, mucho flow contigo, el perfecto a pedales.
Vamos a San Francisco, Switch, Olivar, Abrey, Bex, la máquina, ruido.
Vamos, lo está dando todo Eduardo Rodríguez en barra, bajando las escaleras de manual. Tremendo ese skip, doble peje en el cajón con el cambio de altura.
Sus manos de quarter, vamos a tirar reglas pequeñitos.
¡Oh!
No pasa nada, seguimos,
Ese cruce
seguimos.
doble peje por encima de la baranda se escapó. Si es que no le queda Parc a este tío. La última para cerrar, 5 segunditos. Smith Martin.
Vamos a ver qué nos deja el quarter, último segundito.
Fuerte ruido para Eduardo Rodríguez.
Ruido para él, por favor, ruido para
Fuerte
él.
ruido, mira, que la regala para ti,
Regalito, regalito por aquí. Buena Edu.
Tremendo, Edu, tremendo. Vaya nivel tienes. Vaya nivel tenemos hoy aquí en Parc, tío.
Siguiente rider, Liam Andreu. Cuando te digamos, rider de 360, rider de Kurt, aquí estamos, presente con nosotros. Vamos a ver qué nos regala por aquí, ¿vale? Espera, a nuestra orden, por favor.
Vamos a darle ruido a Liam también, joder, que está representando, ruido para Liam Andreu.
Desde casa, chavales, desde casa. Los trucos que están haciendo son muy difíciles, muy técnicos. Aunque a vosotros algunos os parezca que son lo mismo, son muy difíciles. El nivel es muy alto.
Vale, pues estamos ready, va a ser con el nivel altísimo de banda, fuerte el aplauso y el ruido. Tiempo para Liam Andreu, que está yendo como un cohete, y para la baranda para arriba. Doble P360 limpísimo, sí señor Liam. Vamos, banda, que se note, que se casa, que se note. 180 cruces, vale, y Liam Andreu. Ese truco le encanta, lo plancha siempre, no se escucha, se escapó un poquito, no pasa nada, la carita de susto, dale, Liam arriba. Creo que subiendo con el Alspin suavecito, 20 segundos por delante.
Estamos en la zona central, red pequeña, mano al red. Muy difícil ese truco. Ruido, por favor, ruido. Overpass, 8 segundos, Liam.
Vamos a reventar, vamos a cerrarlo, van a ruido para Liam que viene a la baranda.
Creo que el efecto de la baranda grande. La baranda es grande de verdad,
Sí, es grande y larga. Ahí Liam ya está, termina y la mete aquí para regalo, el skip de su vida se escapó. Ruido fuerte para Liam Andreu.
Liam, lo has matado, ¿eh? Vale, público. Ahora toca uno de Menorca. Jaume Sitge, rey de Kurt, rey de Tribu. Vamos a hacer ruido para él, por favor.
Y trae otra tabla de mí, porfa, trae otra tabla.
Jaume, cuando te diga. Nos esperamos, ¿eh? Vale, Jaume, 3, 2, 1. La pista es tuya. Bajamos de Canga a baranda. Seguimos en San Francisco. Tengo para pedales, exacto. Pasamos el grafito. Vamos a la parte central. Overtooth. Vamos al cajón Switch Bar, 180 Barry, una máquina, ruido.
Vamos a darle ruido. Mira cómo hace ese desastre planchando el pez. Vamos, ya vamos arriba con ese fútbol. ¡Wow! Esa doble pez bajando el cajón. Vamos, chaval.
Trucos muy callejeros, vamos a San Francisco, gran flip, bonito, estirado. Seguimos a tren, subida, Curtis Martin. Lo está haciendo todo, seguimos. 5 segundos, llama.
tremendo nivel.
Un rider muy querido de la ciudad, aquí con nosotros. Seguimos con el siguiente. Matías Usón, el conejo desde Argentina. Cuando te avise, conejo, por favor. Vale, lo tenemos ahí en camiseta de gigantes. Ahí muy agresivo. Vamos a ver qué nos deja. ¿Están preparados o no, público, para el conejo? ¡Vamos a ver, ruido!
Estoy empieza a subir de nivel, estoy empieza a subir un poquito más, la subida va subiendo.
Los puentes tienen trabajo aquí, hay que dejarlos trabajando.
No es nada fácil, de verdad que no es nada fácil, porque hay mucho nivel, muchas combinaciones. Y ahora sí que sí estamos listos, Miki, estamos listos con el conejo, vamos conejo, ¿estás ready?
Vamos, la pista es tuya, conejo. Ruido para el Barcelona, por favor. Al rey de cambio directo. Vamos a San Francisco, Tewi. Seguimos. Se le escapan los pies, pero no pasa nada. Vamos a animarlo, por favor.
Vamos a darle apoyo, cuando un rider falla le apoyamos.
Ahí el 180, el hambre. Seguimos, estamos en el cuarter. 25 segundos, conejo. Sube, no Liverpool. Sigue bajando.
Ahora de nuevo para arriba, vamos a arriba como un condenado, vamos arriba. Al rey, perdón, al doble peja en el rey arriba. 10 segundos por delante, conejo, 10 segundos.
Vamos, conejo, va por la parte central, al rey del medio, quería hacker over. No pasa nada, seguimos, ruido, no se escucha.
Vamos a esperar con algo, conejo, vamos contigo, haciéndolo. Vale, conejo, no está nada mal.
Buena, conejo, buena, Raider muy agresivo, como podéis ver, siempre rápido, siempre con toda la fuerza que se puede hacer. Seguimos con el siguiente Raider, Manuel Silva. Un aplauso grande para Manuel Silva, por favor. Vale, Emma, nos vamos preparando ahora cuando yo te diga, súper importante. Público, ¿lo estoy pasando bien o no?
Hoy no se oye nada.
Vale, Emma, 3, 2, 1.
Tremendo ese llegado bajando ya directamente con ese Parc, tremenda velocidad del filo del cajón arriba. ¡Alguien que es perfecto! ¡Tremendo!
Bajando el borde grande, sigue estar después de meterse Tewi perfecto. Vamos al cuarter. Raider muy sólido, 3 más existe en el cuarter, seguimos. San Francisco lo pasa, vamos a leer en subida. 3 Switchlight.
Tremendo bajando otra vez, qué velocidad lleva Emma. Con ese ojo fijo el Parc perfecto. De nuevo ojo fijo, 360, vamos Emma. 10 segundos, lo está reventando. Velocidad máxima para subir a la baranda con ese doble P, 180 la banda, recoge perfecto, 5 segundos, mátala.
Ruido para Emma, por favor, últimos segunditos, sigue
Ruido. Tremendo Emma Silva, qué barbaridad, qué velocidad.
Siguiente Raider, Diego Santos, Raider portugués, Raider leyenda. Diego, cuando yo te diga, por favor, esperamos. Vamos a hacer ruido para Portugal ahora mismo, por favor.
Vamos, que no se escucha.
País vecino nuestro, va.
El Raider tiene mucho nivel. Viene desde Portugal, aquí al BMX Extreme Barcelona. No se lo quería perder este 15 aniversario.
Lo vimos en el Palestino, tío, hace poco, ahora lo tenemos en Barcelona. No para. Vamos a hacer ruido una vez más para Diego, por favor.
Ruido, banda, señores, estamos aquí todos juntos hoy. Hace mucho calor, ya lo sé, hace mucho calor, pero que no se note, que no tenemos duerma a nadie.
Estamos viendo un nivel impresionante, impresionante, y esto es solo de empezar. Vamos a ver qué nos dejan los chicos por aquí.
Recordamos, chicos, que es complicado puntuar todos estos trucos y sobre todo el formato, porque tenemos una sola ronda de 45 segundos en la que se lo están dejando todo. Y aquí arriba también es complicado porque tenemos un nivel altísimo, como ya he repetido 5, 6, 12 veces y no me cansaré en este Extreme Barcelona 2023.
15 años tiene el Extreme, 15 años que la están reventando aquí en el Fòrum. Decirme que no es verdad, la han estado reventando aquí los 15 años. Vamos a darle un aplauso al Extreme también, por favor.
Claro que sí, un aplauso a todo el mundo, a los que montan las rampas.
A Xavi Tudela, a todo el mundo, venga.
ya, pues tío, vamos a estar ready. Pues 3, 2, 1. Tiempo, amigos vosotros, que empieza directamente hacia el quarter. Ese Noli bajando el quarter.
Vaya guay. Parte del centro. Para mí el centro. Pex. Baja, vamos a ver qué va. A la urna, la coge de Wallride.
Dándole. ¡Wow! ¡Cómo pegó! Para ese paso y subiendo. ¡Wow!
Ultra 360 en el trailer.
Tremendo.
Seguimos, borde grande. Vive el Loricar.
Vamos a animarlo,
¡Vamos a animarlo, por favor! 180 de la urna a San Francisco, Telwin.
Laterales perfecto, vamos tío, chaval. Tremendo, ese ojo turco por encima, 160 de la baranda. Te quedan 3 segunditos, reviéntalo con algo. Directo con ese 180 sobre la bocina. Ruido quieto para Diego Santos.
Vamos a hacer ruido para este hit, por favor, que la ha matado. ¡Ruido! Vale, nos preparamos. Ese ready, Kick Ford, Fernando Lasco, Jairo Klaus, Matías Lagoiti, Brando Peggy, Harrison Acari, Santiago Laverde. Let's make some noise for this group, please.
Vamos a hacer ruido, que esto es un grupo tremendo, chicos. Fernando Lasco, Jairo Klaus, Matías Lagoiti, el mini, Brandon Peggy, Harrison Acari y Santiago Laverde.
All these riders are pros. Top 50 riders of them. They came in daily, so we will see what they give to us. Fernando Lasco lo tenemos ahí, Casco Monster, cuadro blanco, rider de United, Monster, N10, ahí tenemos a Santiago Laverde subiendo el Rey, rider de King, Odyssey, Van, de Cut. Tenemos, we have here Brandon Peggy with a telephone in his wheel, I don't know why, but we will see riders for Cut, riders for Primo, straight from the US. Harrison Arcadi, Luis, Bob Rose on the left, straight from the US too, King of his fight. Gaspar Wendulain, de Market por el tren, Rider de Argentina, Rider de Bax, Rider de BCD. La tenemos aquí, lo tenemos aquí, es un pasador. Están todos, chicos, todos. Carlos Klaus, Rider from Switzerland, from the 22 crew. Rider from Stranger and Primo. His style is crazy, we will see what happens, we will see. Es Matías Lagoiti, Rider argentino, aplicado en Tenerife ahora mismo, andando para 100 y Primo, un vagón de kilo, así os lo digo, un vagón de kilo. La verde on top of the fumble, the dropping again, crazy rider, let's see what he can give us here. People, let's make some noise, vamos a hacer ruido.
Nos van a que nos quedan 15 segunditos para ir con este pedazo de grupo, este cuarto grupo.
Gaspar, tú estás en el último grupo, ¿no?
Tiene tantas ganas de montar que está montando ya.
Aquí quiero pista, Fernando Lasco, Carlos Klaus, Mati Lazoki, Brando Peggy, Harrison Acari, Santiago Laverde. El primero va a ser Fernandito Lasco, ahí lo tenemos, bajando el tren. Ponte tu sitio, por favor.
Vamos a empezar ya, así que Fernando ponte ya. Para tener el ok y empezar directamente.
Vamos a hacer ruido para Fernando, por favor. ¡Vamos! Coordinador de la Marisquillo.
Vale, pues estamos ready contigo, Fernandito. 3, 2, 1, cuando tú quieras, ahí va. Así que si ya empieza con el tiempito para Fernando Lasco, directamente hacia la baranda. ¡Wow! Manual de Railway. No subcancan. Tremendo ese tipo, arriba todo, mira agarradito, hermano. Así.
Subimos la baranda, up break, double break, turn down. This you don't see it every day in the streets, you don't see it. Let's see Fernandito, up break, high kick.
Tremendo nivel, diferentes trucos. ¡Wow! Cómo sube la baranda. Por encima con la belleza, tremendo. Como firme, piso el level.
I want some life for this young province. ¡Claro! Rider con the 22 crew, claro, este es un rider de la 22 crew, un rider con mucho estilo. Vamos a ver qué nos deja. Vamos a animarlo, Barcelona, por favor.
Vamos, que viene fuera. Wait.
You need to go when I say, please. Okay, Sharon, go back to position. Es que entender que para los jueces es muy difícil esto, muy difícil. La nueva era lo pone chungo. Sharon, wait 1 second, please, when I say 3, 2, 1, Canito, the transition, my boy. 360 to the quarter. Se trata San Francisco 0, sí, con mucho estilo, empieza en la urna. Está ahí en la parte central. Let's go, Sharon, let's go.
Santi, bájate de la curva. Santi, baja.
Hashtag 180 on the quarter, 6 people go to 360, from wheel landing on the San Francisco. Rocket the speed, vámonos, dale ruido.
Vamos a darle ruido. Últimos 15 segundos. Ahí no pudo pegarle a la baranda con el 3 en subida. 10 segundos.
10 segundos, Sharon.
Tiempo, qué barbaridad, qué nivel, qué cositas, qué estilazo.
El siguiente rider, vamos a hacer ruido. Matías Marcotti, directo de Argentina, aplicado Federico. Y solo cuando yo te diga, ¿vale? Rider de 100, rider de Vigo. Lo tenemos aquí, vamos a ver qué nos regala la gente. Todos sabemos que la banda. Vamos a ver qué nos regala.
Vale, pues estamos ready, Mati, cuando tú estás ready, pues date la vueltita porque te voy a contar ya. Te voy a decir que 3, que 2, que 1, ruido, banda, tiempo para Mati, vamos a partirla.
Vamos, Mili, banda red de Alpin, perfecto, San Francisco, 180 Alpin, Feki, a 4, Feki. ¡Ruido!
Vamos.
Seguimos 3 de subida. Vamos, Mili, vamos. Tienes aún 25 segundos. Con la central.
Redding, Oli Pasti bajando de la baranda, tremendo el flair que lo plancha, se está con la golita, mira qué lititos me lleva al cajón directo de Smith.
Vamos, Mili, Wander. 10 segunditos limpios para ti. Martín distancia en 180, está perfecto. ¡Y nada! ¡Vamos a hacer
¡Ruido, ruido! ¡Sobre la bocina, Mati! ¡Ruido, no se escucha nada, tío!
Como con la rampa, por favor, vamos a hacer ruido con el Mili. ¡Vamos! Siguiente rider, next rider. Brandon Beggin, rider from the US. Brandon, only when I tell you. No, when I tell you. Rider for gold. This rider is crazy. Rider for Mary too. We will see what can he give us here. He moved recently to New York and he brought all his crafty shit. Let's see, Brandon, let's see. Do it for me, please. You the man. Chicos, vamos a hacer ruido para Brandon o no, ¿lo queréis ver o no?
Vamos, que vienen desde muy lejos. Vienen desde muy lejos para darlo todo aquí en el Parc del Fòrum, en este 15 aniversario del Extreme.
Brandon, 3, 2, 1, go! Let's go, Brandon! Downlet, over group, fire, my boy. Let's go into the quarter, we will see speed of the support. Chill. Going up, Predator! Flex over flex on the athlete.
Vamos, banda, que viene aquí Brandon, tremenda ropita. Mucho estilo este rider que va con ese homo fibol. ¡Wow! Quería pasar de over Smith.
Go, Brandon, go!
Vamos, Brandon, 20 seconds. Queda 15 segundos por delante. El fibol lo aguanta la bajada. 10 segunditos, 10 seconds.
10 seconds for you, inside flex on the quarter. Let's go, Brandon, 5 seconds, humility, boy. Next rider, Rider also from the US, Harrison. Arcadi, Rider for King. He's killing it, he's killing it. Young Rider killing it everywhere. You can click from Instagram. Ready. We will see. Harrison, when I tell you, yes?
Vamos, Banda, vamos a darle ruidito. Estamos haciendo trabajar un poquito, vamos a darle apoyo. ¿Estás ready? Vamos contigo.
3, 2, 1, go.
Vamos, Banda, con ruido que empieza ya fuerte. Harrison para arriba. ¡Wow! ¡Qué momento bajando! Cuéntenos.
Guardián Sweet Whip de San Francisco. Let's go, Harrison, you killing it.
Tremendo cómo lo ha liberado, cómo se qué limpito, qué bonito, qué estilo.
Aquí.
Vamos, Harrison, let's go, 20 seconds.
Sweet Whip de San Francisco, ruido. Guardián double basket, clean. Let's go, Harrison. Take a picture of him. Let's
This is Harrison Arcadi.
Vamos a hacer ruido para la rondita que ha hecho, que ha sido impresionante. Impresionante, ya te digo, Nen. Impresionante. Santiago la Verde, cuando yo te diga, Rider colombiano, Rider de King, Rider de
Ruido, banda, que se escuche. Ruido, que se escuche, no se escucha nada.
Aquí, mírame, 3, 2, 1, ¡vamos! ¡Ruido para Santiago! ¡Coge velocidad! ¡Hablo de San Francisco! ¡Nos vamos a la urna! ¡Así para arriba! ¡Abre el gran 180! ¡Let's go, Santi!
30 segundos, Santi, la estás partiendo, demuestra lo que sabes hacer. Tremendo ese swing por encima, 180 bajando el cajón, que lo recoge limpísimo. 20 segundos por delante. ¿Pero qué está pasando? Vamos, Santi, vamos. ¿Estáis flipando o no?
Chicos, esto es impresionante, nadie se lo esperaba, nadie. Vamos al siguiente kit, last kit number 12, Gaspar Wendulain, Alex Kennedy, Alex Donaldson, Casey Sterling, Anthony Perry, y Trevor Smiley.
Ruido, que esto es una barbaridad. Banda, ruido, que esto es un grupo increíble, terrible. Mantener los ojos bien abiertos, se lo están jugando todo a una ronda de 45 segundos, buscando 8 puestos en la final.
2 minutos training, boy.
Dos minutitos para calentar, van a tener estos riders. Recuerdo otra vez que esto creo que tenemos que tenerlo muy en cuenta. El formato de competición son 45 segundos, una sola ronda, y es directamente por eso con lo que se la juegan para entrar a la final. Y solamente 8 riders van a entrar en esa final.
Vale, chicos, esto está siendo impresionante, solo son cualificaciones. This is only qualifying. Trevor Smiley on the court, Alex Kennedy on the court, Alex Donaldson on the court, Gaspar Wendulain, Casey Stanley, Anthony Perry. What else you want, people? What else? Tell me. Chicos, vamos a hacer ruido para el último hit. Después vienen las finales. Esto es un no parar. Anthony Perry going up on a brown t-shirt. Rider for King, Rider for Primo. He is a killer, man. AK going down the stairs. AK is Alex Kennedy. Rider for Gould, Rider for Eckler. An absolutely killer. Alex Donaldson, Twitch Club 360 arriba, casco Munster, camiseta azul, Rider de BCD, muchas fantasías. marathon. Tenemos el plan y mira, aquí. ¿La estáis pasando bien o no? ¿La estáis pasando bien o no? Ya te digo, a ver. Aquí no hay tontería, solo sigue así.
Acaba el tiempo, chicos.
Presente aquí de 24/7, aquí muy importante en la escena local.
Vale, chicos, stop right, please. Tenemos un grupo internacional desde el otro lado del charco, tremendo nivel en Barcelona. Tenemos en este Extreme Street BMX 2023.
Vamos a hacer ruido para la gente como Leo, aquí el chico que cuida de skatepark, ¿vale? Vamos a hacer ruido, sin ellos no sería posible. Vale, chicos, nos preparamos. El primero va a ser Gaspar Buendulay de Argentina. Cuando yo te diga, vale, Gaspar, por favor.
Vamos a darle apoyo a Gaspar. ¿Estás ready ya? ¿Estás ready? Pues vamos a ir contigo. Te digo 3, te digo 2, te digo 1 y tiempo para Gaspar.
Vamos para Gaspar, vamos al bote grande, no, 130, perfecto. Elwin, este Ryder no tiene problemas para hacer las cosas. Everett Close, sigue para adentro desde Argentina, Ryder de BCD. Ramón Gaspar, Sweet Silver 180.
30 segundos, Gaspar, está terrible. Ese distancia va a hacer, se recoge lindísimo. Vamos, chaval. Tremendo. Wow, overcreando en la baranda. Vamos, 15 segundos, 20 segundos, perdona, Gaspar. ¡Oh, tremendo! Toda la baranda.
Sus trajeron de rey, les go to the big leg. ¡Y gol! Vamos a hacer ruido, la próxima segundos.
Tiempo para Gaspar, ruido. Tiempo para el ruido, banda. Tiempo para el ruido.
Tiempo para Gaspar. Next rider, Alex Kennedy from the UK. When I tell you, please, AK is a legendary rider, un rider legendario de siempre, de que juega videopartes, de que gana contests, hace todo. Vamos a hacer ruido para Alex Kennedy.
Si la leyenda del BMX va a ir a cumplir estos 15 años del estreno aquí con nosotros. BMX Legend, un estilo increíble. Yo empecé a montar con sus vídeos y aquí estoy hoy narrándole.
Rider from Coolview, rider from Ekland, he's a totally killer. I don't need to say it anymore, please. Okay, we are waiting for the results and I will tell you. Estar preparados porque cuando le diga 3, 2, 1, aquí van a tener que venir los bomberos. Okay, wait a minute, please. Don't get nervous, you are used to running competition.
Están liberando los juguetes, haciendo las matemáticas, las raíces cuadradas y las operaciones de trigonometría.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
Vamos con Alex Kennedy.
Overboard in the big play, let's go, this is yours. Support, inside, team dentro. Le damos el efecto a la una, El speed, no pasa nada, let's go, Alex, let's go. There's no problem, 25 seconds for you. Speed.
¡Oh! ¡Qué barbaridad! ¡Qué doble desde el loca party del Parc de velocidad! Vamos, Alex, del sopro. 15 segundos con ese Opofibel 360 subiendo el cajón.
Let's see what you can do in the long range, please, Alex. In the next 180, changing the next shotgun. 360 batting on the San Francisco. Let's go, Alex. Ruido para Alex.
Vamos, vamos a terminar. This is Alex Kennedy.
That rider straight from Scotland. His name is Alex Donaty. El nuevo rider Alex Donaty la va a matar. When I tell you, please. The judges have here serious work with KK. Alex Donaty, rider de Monster, rider de BCD, rider de Parc, están todos lados en los sitios, donde tú quieras verlo, ahí está. Siempre nominado, videopartes killers, crazy combos, everything you need. Alex Donaty, when I tell you, please. ¿Vamos a hacer ruido para él o no? ¿O no tenéis más voz ya?
Recordamos que mañana también tenemos aquí una competición también internacional con tenemos desde la otra parte del charco ese para BMX, esos riders, ese BMX diferente, con esos riders que montan con prótesis, montan con bicicletas diferentes, con utensilios que también montan en BMX. Mañana tenemos un poquito de historia aquí en el Extreme Barcelona, que están bien labrados los riders. Y ahora un fuerte aplauso a todos los riders que montan, que se buscan la vida para montar, a todos los que estáis aquí. Porque el BMX somos todos, chicos, somos todos. Nos quedan ya poquitos riders en esta quali y estamos ya ready.
Alex, 3, 2, 1, the condition, my boy. Espectacular por Alex. Down rain, Johnny Beck, perfecto, San Francisco, Sweet Patrick, Steve. Vamos, puntamos de moving. Let's go, Alex, let's go, división, let's go. Switch to get to the end of the 30 seconds, Alex, 30 seconds. Ruido, Barcelona, ruido.
Pasale el ruido que viene acá.
Vamos. Ángel, vive el tiempo, por favor, por favor.
Tremendo como está bajando Alex, que viene, se le escapa una. Como firme, básicamente bajando 10 segundos, 10 segundos Alex. Wow, el lucha por fuera, yendo al mejor. Vivo, aguantando el manual. Wow, tremendo.
Impresionante, chicos. ¡Ruido para Alex, por favor!
Alex, qué buena, chicos.
Next from the US, Rider for King. Vamos a hacer ruido para Casey Stanley, por favor. Vamos a hacer ruido, ¿no? Venga, va. Queremos redes de todo el mundo. Necesitamos el calentamiento del público. Va, más calor, más calor. Easy, 3, 2, 1, the condition.
Vamos a darle ruido que viene de muy lejos. Wow, ese Parc, tremendo el que de San Francisco, terrible arriba. Wow, Camlan arriba en la urna, terrible el Oli Baskin. Qué velocidad de combos, doble P, el 180 lo recoge perfecto.
Rider from King, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. On the big race, sale on the big race. Going up to the center part, switch here. Let's go, ruido.
20 segundos, 20 segundos. No, Usman aguantando el pelo con el Barça hasta abajo. Vamos para la cuarta de arriba, el cielo lentísimo, qué barbaridad.
10 seconds. Switch here on the left. The jacket, Kaka, foot on the water, super nice. Time for you, Casey. Ruido.
Qué barbaridad, qué nivel, Maribel.
Vale. Escuchadme, el que viene ahora se ha mudado a Barcelona y es muy querido aquí, ¿vale? Anthony Perry, Rider de aquí, Rider de Vigo. Anthony, when I tell you, please, okay? Not now, when I tell you. He's aquí, le derecha chaval la barra. Lo veréis tranquilito hasta que se suba la primera barra. Muy tranquilito lo veréis.
Rider, francés, como dice Miki, se ha mudado a Barcelona, querido por todos, con un estilo también inconfundible, montando para aquí.
Rider francés, ganador de la FIT en varias ocasiones, con camiseta aquí encima. Este Rider no va a decepcionar, chicos. Pero necesito vuestro ruido, por favor. Vamos a hacer ruido para Tony Perry, ¡vamos!
Vamos, Vanga, que se nos queda todos, que viene lo más gordo. 45 segundos para la gloria.
Ok, Yanto. 3, 2, 1, the condition, my boy. Kill it, please, kill it. Rider de debut también. También la oficial de Barcelona, se fue con el hacker.
Vamos, Anthony, vamos, Vanga. Otra vez el hanger por encima del bajón. El básquet perfecto en la urna. A la baranda directo, con ese bloque por encima lo saca. Vamos, Anthony.
Let's go, Bando, let's go. 30 seconds for you. You got time. You got time for everything. Let's go. Let's see what it counts. Stop 180.
Tranquilito.
Ruido, por favor. Ruido.
Vamos, Vanga, vamos a darle el apoyo. Lo necesitan, están con nosotros y estamos con ellos.
¡Wow! ¡Espectacular por Anthony!
corrido, van corrido, que se fue a la grada. Se fue a la grada justo en la sombrita.
Chicos, es muy difícil arriesgar cuando tenéis una ronda solo de 45 segundos.
Mucho valor a lo que están haciendo hoy, que están buscando solamente 8 plazas con un nivel altísimo, súper caras, carísimas, a 45 segundos.
Now riders from qualifications, Evan Smiley, rider from Pool, rider from the US, right here, straight for me, Evan, connected, please, okay? 3, 2, 1,
¡Vamos, Magna! Vamos, ganamos con Kevon, con la línea BMX, siguiendo la barandilla, con ese doble peso aguantando el mano, al día con la guanta, encima el cajón, ¡guau! Abriendo un cajón a otro y bajando por supuesto.
Evan Yuki, going up forward to the race flag, Alberti, perfecto!
I love you, bro.
Pico, vamos al pescar, ¿vale? 1 minute. Y el rail, let's go, tires, switch bar, light nothing.
20 segundos.
Chicos, necesitáis mucho nivel para hacer esto.
¡Buah, qué barbaridad!
Gran Bowen, speed, no
¡Wow! 10 segundos, 10 segundos para Devon, cerrándolo, reventando aquí el par del Fòrum. Eso es, allá va. ¡Wow!
Overswitch 3, chavales.
Ahí estamos, el tiempo para el...
Chicos, vamos a dar un ruido grande para todos.
Un fuerte, un fuerte.
¡Para todos! Okay, guys, we will take the record now in a little bit. Just don't move from here, please. Chicos, ahora se viene la final directo, aquí no hay descanso, somos hardcore, ¿vale? No hay descanso.
Un poquito de agua, un poquito de cremita y vamos con la final de 8 riders que si esto ha estado fuerte, la final vais a flipar.
Vale, chicos, os explico un poco cómo serán las finales, ¿vale? Son 2 rondas de 45 segundos y la mejor ronda cuenta. Aquí sí que se van a ver cosas que dice también, siempre. Hay best trick, 3 intentos de best trick, ¿vale? vale, please. Attention. Vale, a ver, os voy a decir, vale. Los finalistas, los 8 finalistas a la gran final del Extreme Barcelona 15 Anniversary is Emma Silva, Jack Miller, Jenna Lehmann, Fernando Velasco, Devon Smiley, Harrison Alcali, Santiago Laverde y Alex Donati. Please guys, get ready! This is gonna be a crazy final. Emma, you're ready, my boy.
Emma, come here. Emma.
Finally, you have 5 minutos de forma. Finalistas, 5 minutos de ruido. Vamos a hacer ruido para los chicos.
Vamos, Ana. Vamos, Ana. Emma Silva, Jack Miller, Seno Lemon, Fernando Velasco, Devon Smiley, Alison Alcali, Santiago Laverde y Alex Donati. Los 8 riders la van a dar todo en esta finalísima. El BMX Street tiene 5 minutos de prácticas y enseguida empezamos con el campeonato de final. Recuerdo, estamos en la final y cambia el formato. Ahora no se lo van a jugar todo con una ronda de 45 segundos, van a tener 2 rondas de 45 segundos y puntuarán la mejor de las 2 rondas.
Crazy riders in each final. 15 years of the Barcelona Street. Let's wait, it's gonna be not more years soon. Vale, chicos, para que sepa todo el mundo, ¿vale? For everyone to know, there's 2 rounds of 45 seconds. punctuation goes. The round is from 0 to 100, and the racing is from 0 to 30. Total 130 points. That's the best you can do.
Ahí sigo lo que está comentando mi compañero Miki, es que la puntuación en estas ciudades será con 2 rondas de 45 minutos, puntuará mejor de las 2 rondas hasta un máximo más de score de 100 puntos. Después cada rider tendrá 3 streets en los que podrán sumar otros 30 puntos a la ronda, con un max score de 130 en conjunto, tanto en las 2 rondas de 45 segundos como en los 3 streets. O sea que tenemos mucho por delante, canelita fina, mucho level, hay mucho en juego. Así que abrid bien los ojos, que nos queda nada.
See y'all as the competition, but if you go against me, you the opposition. But if you wanna test to look like you can close the distance, I'ma give it A forever since you're so persistent. With you, I'm just practicing, cause I'm back to back, let's get back to winning. As a matter of fact, I'm not that forgiving, cause you did this to yourself, that's a bad decision. Ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me.
En Imagine tenemos una pregunta. ¿De qué color ves nuestro logo? ¿Verde o azul? Si lo ves verde es porque juntos ya hemos plantado más de 300.000 árboles. Si lo ves azul es porque hemos retirado más de 21 toneladas de plástico del mar. Y es que somos muy azules, y muy verdes, y muy azules, y también verdes, y azules, claro. Imagine, somos lo que hacemos.
Estoy muy orgulloso de ti, hijo. No sé qué podría hacer por ti. Yo sí sé que puedes hacer por mi papá.
Un regalito de inicio de curso a tu padre no le cuesta mucho. Porque ahora por ser de mi Movistar puedes tener hasta 5 dispositivos. Juega como quieras, juega mejor.
Ay, papá, ¿cómo eres?
Las pequeñas alegrías no son pequeñas, son una alegría. Date una alegría. Venga, Andalucía.
Good afternoon, party people. Welcome back to the Parc del Fòrum, sandwiched between the sparkling Mediterranean and the amazing city of Barcelona. My name's Todd Grady, and we'll be taking you through the action at the men's street final. Afternoon, Daryl Nahr joining me from home. We've got some men's street to talk about right now after that amazing women's Parc final. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm honored to be joined here not only with you, but all of our BMX fans around the world. BMX is in such a good state right now. Not only do we have our women's and men's UCI BMX contest, but the great thing about Barcelona Extreme 15th year, we have street here represented as well. For all of our riders at home, know what I'm talking about, but for our new fans of BMX, you've got the park elements, but the street, you know, all those elements at any major city, especially Barcelona that you have, we've got them crafted right here, and we have some of the best street riders. We're gonna be throwing down big, and Todd, it's a big honor to be here with you on the mic, and I'm hyped.
Oh, me too. I love this street plaza. It's been going off all day there. I'm actually the other side of the site with the men's scooter qualifying behind me, but I can hear the BMX going off over there, the qualifying. It was like an eruption every time someone landed a trick. There is a huge energy buzzing throughout the entirety of the Parc del Fòrum here for this 15th anniversary of Extreme Barcelona 2023. So, lining up right now are our men's finalists. We've just found out who they are because they literally just qualified in the heat of the middle of the day. These guys have been out there sweating and earning their dollars, Daryl.
Yeah, so just to let everyone know, we had some rain yesterday and it changed our schedule. So qualifying took place right here, and qualifying in 8th place right there. You see Emmanuel Silva representing Spain, loud and proud. So we're going to go in reverse order from the way that they wound up qualifying. And we're going to have right here our 7th place qualifier, Jack Miller from the UK, 20 years old. He is going to be the 2nd rider to go out on the course.
Zeno Lehmann, 22-year-old from Switzerland.
Zeno riding for Vans Europe, Cult Crew, and Primo BMX. We got Fernando Latzko riding for Monster Energy, United Etnies, and Click Media. Super psyched for this one. Devin Smiley, always one of my faves, riding for Cult Crew, coming all the way from California. He just rolled at Battle of Hastings last weekend in the UK. Devin is a super stylish rider. Look for forward and backwards manuals and also good times, and super stylish for Smiley.
Next drop.
Can't express to you how excited I am for the 23-year-old from New Jersey, Harrison Akari, coming out representing Animal Bikes, looking to just make a name for himself. He's been lighting up YouTube with a lot of videos, but right now he's going to have his chance here at Santiago La Verde. 24 years old, very exciting rider, currently living in Barcelona. Look for some wild style and maybe putting some risky moves that could hopefully pay off big if he can be consistent. But last but certainly not least, our #1 qualifier, doing it for Monster, BSD, and Endless. We're talking about Alex Donachie, 29 years old, super technical rider, has actually won X Games gold medals before in street, so he has the goods and can deliver when the pressure is on. We're going to see if Donachie can make it happen in this final.
How much does experience of big finals like that help a rider in this situation, Daryl?
Yeah, it's a really good thing you bring up because there's a lot of pressure and you have to deliver. And as you mentioned, we just had our qualifier, so this is back-to-back. The heat is scorching out there, and there's a lot of pressure put on the riders. The thing that we're doing here, it's going to be a unique format. Riders are going to have 2 runs, 45 seconds, and they're going to have 3 attempts at a best trick. It's going to be a score added up of a max of 130 points. So that's 100 points from their run, and potentially 30 points from best trick. Our 3 judges, we have Axel Jurgens, Javier Ortega, and Nuno Milanos, who are going to be basically trying to make some sense of the riding we see out there. Just want to stress to everyone at home, if you and I don't see something with our eyes from our announcing standpoint, the judges will see it. So just to recap, 2 runs, 45 seconds apiece. They're going to want to look for consistency, hard tricks, the way a rider can link it together, and then the best trick is going to have 3 attempts. Those are going to get added together for a max potential score of 130 points, 100 from the runs, the best run, and 30 from their best trick attempt.
Yeah, is this a format that you've seen used often? I've seen it used in scooter and skateboard contests before with that best trick element. Is it common in the street?
It's usually not where you see the 2 scores like that can play a factor, and that's what's going to make this really interesting and fun. So the riders like Emmanuel Silva, who's dropping in, are going to have to be very strategic with this, because usually it's on a score from up to 100. Oh, going down. Now, if a rider falls, they can get back on it immediately. The run continues. The clock doesn't stop. The same thing that happens if their bike winds up having some malfunction or something. They got to work the clock. And you can see Emmanuel right now is charging double peg up to bar spin, and really has a lot of speed on this course. Oh, dumping down right there. Going for a toothpick hanger grind. Toothpick is the front peg. The hanger is when you kind of just kicking that back wheel over. And he went for that balance point where he tried to grind the entire rail, making it so much more difficult as opposed to just hitting the last foot or 2 of the rail, finding that sweet spot and looking for it, but just dumping over the bar. Here's a look at that 270 tail whip. You see him kick the back end around, able to land very smooth on that big drop from the quarter pipe. And here's a look going up, double peg, bunny hop with the bar spin, pinching the seat with the knees to keep that front end up and stabilized, throwing it around. And then unfortunately, he wound up just dumping over the front end on that toothpick hanger.
I think that's a really exciting run for second runs, though, because that was an absolutely, like a powerhouse of a run. He built speed up so quickly again after he went down. Yeah, incredible and obviously got a lot of stamina and power to get back into that run after that first slam.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a little bit of strategy here as well, because as we said, 2 runs, 45 seconds. It's going to be the best of those runs. So your score could be up to 100, and then that best trick element where you have 3 potential hits. We're going to see some creativity. Some riders, let's look out for, have a thing called a free coaster on their bike. That's when they can travel backwards without their cranks engaging. It's all a matter of preference, and it can open up the door for some tricks.
For sure. Jack Miller, the first of our Brits in this final, dropping in then.
Ooh, a nice 180 bar spin. You saw the way he rolled backwards. He does not have his cranks engaged, so that means he has that free coaster on his bike. There's been some improvement with technology in the last few years where they've gotten a lot better, and we're seeing him utilize that fakie right there and then getting that full 360 down off the stage and able to keep it rolling nice and consistent. 20 seconds to go. There's that tooth hanger over. I believe you might have caught his crank arm right there. Again, want to stress the judges see all the details, even if we don't from our house. Great combinations when a rider can link together with the manual. That's a balance on a front or back wheel. It shows that they're able to get that consistency down and add a few points more on their tricks. And that was a big run right there for Jack Miller.
Well, laying down a clean run in your first run, it must just build that kind of confidence so much for the rest of this contest, because it's a long contest with the 2 runs, then the 3 best tricks. It's to go out with a bang like that and be confident from the get-go can do nothing but help.
Yeah, Jack Miller representing Federal Bikes, Vans, Cinema, 70s Distro, and Waller BMX. Looking very consistent out there. You're actually seeing a lot of almost like some new school riding with using that free coaster, the 360 off the stage. But there's that manual we talked about, linked it together, and then just doing a crank arm flip where he just kicks him around, puts his feet back on. There's 360 with the fakie. Very consistent the whole time. And something even like that 360 where he dips the front end just shows you the control that Jack Miller has.
Serious fakie game from Jack Miller, puts him straight into that first spot. Obviously only 2 runs down, but I reckon that run is going to play well for the whole contest. Next to drop then, the Swiss rider. His compatriot just did it in Women's Park, taking home the gold. Can he follow along Zen Lehman?
Zeno drop it in, doing it for Vans Europe, Cult Crew, and Primo BMX. Yeah, nice 360 over that channel. Look at that, balancing on the front wheel. There's no brakes on the bike, and he has to just find that sweet spot and just kind of balance, known as a Bluetooth, and then hop back in. You're seeing a lot of good bike control. He's going up with that Smith grind. That's when the front peg, whoa, great combination. Very unexpected right there. The Smith is when your front peg's grinding, your back wheel's on the ledge, and then he dropped into that feeble grind on his opposite side right there. So he has 4 pegs, he's utilizing them both. That was a very big technical combo to put in the middle of your run like that. That's why he qualified, and he's looking to keep things going with that toothpick hangover, and time is up. That is a very big run, and I know our judges, specifically Axel Jurgens, Javier Ortega, and Nuno Melanos, know that if a rider is super technical like that, it's well rewarded, because if you wind up messing up in your run, you can really be penalized a lot. So when you play with that risk versus reward factor, like he does on this combo, Smith grind backwards, drops into the feeble, and then spins off, you're putting so many elements together. It's very risky, but you wouldn't know it at all with how smooth Zeno was.
Yeah, realistically, every element of that trick is droppable. If he misses any one of those things, it's that trick is not landed, he's lost 10 seconds, and his score has taken a huge knock. Yeah, a very high risk versus high reward. And rewarded there with a score of 80.0. Big score for Zeno Lemon. The Swiss dominating the scoreboards here in the BMX at Extreme Barcelona today. Let's see if the local Spanish rider Fernando Latsko can do anything about that.
Always one of my favorites to watch and cheer on. Very powerful and smooth. Doing it for Monster United, Etnies Click Media. I know Ian Morris, the owner of United, is super psyched right now as Fernando drops in 360 with the bar spin, known as the truck driver. Catching a quarter pipe air, toboggan, grabbing the seat, turning the bars, but it's all about the double peg up, hopping over, twisting the body to the side, getting a turn down. Transfer double peg. Look, a lot of momentum. It's hard. This course has a very small, tight footprint, and if a rider can get technical like we're seeing, going up and down, packing the tricks in, the frequency is really going to play into how many tricks a rider can do consistently. Oh, going backwards. It looked like he actually went for maybe a feeble and then slipped into a lucky grind going fakie. That's where your pedal's on, and then just didn't get that clean revert. Foot slipped off. That could potentially hurt him right there. But if you do go down, as long as you can keep riding, keep that momentum, you're not going to be impacted as much.
I think the end of that run really highlighted the stamina needed for this to lace together a full run as well, because as soon as you get tired, you start dropping tricks, and he dropped or slipped a foot off 3 in a row there. So yeah, you've got to keep that stamina and keep that energy high for the whole run.
Yeah, Todd, that's a really good point you bring up, and the judges want to know that a rider doesn't quote-unquote get lost out there, and that everything they're doing is intentional, because this is a tight footprint, and it's very easy to all of a sudden kind of lose your footing, lose your bearings, and next thing you know, clock is up, or you can't really get a trick in. To have that momentum is awesome. All right, our next rider, 30 years old, as mentioned, riding for Cult Crew, coming all the way from California, has ridden and medaled in X Games as well. Always a favorite because we love the technical abilities of Smiley, balancing on that back wheel. Look at the combo, backwards, faking bar spin. Hey-oh, that's how you get it done. Red carpet entrance for Smiley. keeping the manual going as he goes into a double peg. 180 bar spin, big hits and big combos connecting for Smiley. Look how confident he is, just dropping in completely in control. He's on his time as he hops out of that double tire ride with the suicide no-hander. That's where you pinch the seat with the knees. Crank arm slide up, hop over, coming down. Smith, nose bonk, bar spin. Todd, this run is hot right now.
Absolutely. The whole thing feels like one massive long combo. Absolutely incredible, just the way he weaves it all together. A magician right now.
And then that is after the buzzer, but that's not for us to call. That's going to be for the judges to make sense. And what you mentioned, that being almost one total combo, it's because of his composure and demeanor. You would have no idea that this was a street final contest. And look at Smiley just landing in that manual, keeping the front end up, double tire, walking the line, bar spin backwards. He's got that free coaster so he can just cruise backwards without his cranks engaging. And right here, the 180 bar spin. And I feel like one of the standouts for his run is how he dropped into the quarter pipe after that. He was just chilling. Hey, I'm no pressure. I'm on my time. I'm having a good time. And I'm just going to get it done as he finished with that big move, the over double peg grind, coming down 180 out, and then kicking that super stylish tail whip, and then at the buzzer getting that 360 variation.
Yeah, that truck to finish was just showed how cool, calm, and collected he was. Ice in his veins. Doesn't quite top Lehman, but I think that is a real statement of a run, that he is chilling out there and ready to take this home.
All right, our next rider, 23 years old. I am so hyped to see him out here. Harrison Akari doing it for Kink, BMX, Animal Bikes, Vans, Dirty Jersey Crew, and Plants. Basically, having some difficulty right on the start, but he's got 38 seconds to go. Young gun from the East Coast. Actually, neighbors, I'm living in New York City. He's just in Jersey across the way. I had a chance to talk to Animal Bikes founder Ralph Sinisi. Got to check out Harrison riding. They've dropped some fire online with some videos, and we are seeing that nose manual hitting the back peg on the highest ledge that we have out here, throwing the bars in his opposite direction. 12 seconds to try to make up for those errors in the beginning. Double tire, bar spin. Really cool the way he tossed it. Almost like a one-handed X into a bar spin. Maybe time for a final thought. Bar spin, feeble 180. Talk about slamming it down at the buzzer.
I think he picked himself up from that tough start really well there. It can be so easy to get thrown off in those if you go down on that first trick, but jump back up, laid down some bangers, reset his head for the rest of the contest.
Yeah, first rider we saw utilize a double peg to bar spin on the far end of the course right there as well. The judges do want to see some variety out here in the way someone can adapt. And look at that round tire, round rail, double up is so difficult to do. You can get jarred if your tires don't hit.
Serious precision right there.
Above an 80 to go into that top spot. Lehman is holding on with an 80 strong. Again, had a little bit of a bubble, so he's going to be in that 4th place spot with a 60 just outside of the podium, but it's anyone's game with this format. Again, just to remind everybody, 2 runs, 45 seconds. Their best run is going to count to the score, and then we're going to have a best trick element, which will wind up being 3 attempts, and that is going to add to the score. 100 max for the best run, 30 points for the best trick.
Santiago Laverde on the greenhouse.
Yes.
Bar spin drop in. Powerhouse.
Yeah, going up, going down. Always one of my faves to watch. He brings such a good energy, and he taps into the crowd. You can hear it go a few octaves higher as he just really gets people pumped, and you see the smile on his face. There's an excitement that he brings to any event. Throwing the bars, landing a little bit low. He's got about 15 seconds to pull something out. Nose bonk bar. Come on, Santiago, 10 seconds to go. Crank arm slide in, pumping the flat, throwing down a flare.
Anything to get the crowd hyped. And the Smith 180 out to finish up. I feel like Laverde's got a bit more for us there. I feel like he knows that too. But he laid down some tough tricks and some real crowd pleasers, which are going to get this what is now his local crowd behind him.
Laverde riding for Kink BMX Odyssey, the Cut Vans Europe. Gonna give a shout out to J Rowe. TM over at Kink also has the Cut BMX for any riders looking to make Barcelona your destination, which you should next year for the 16th edition of Extreme Barcelona. The Cut is a very select BMX shop that really is curated in such an awesome way by J Rowe. They got some of the best brands, but it's a local hub and a meeting spot. You can meet riders like Laverde, who hangs out there, bar spin on, bar spin off. And take a look right here as he hops on Smith grind with that 180. Again, the Smith is when your peg on the front is on, back tire is on the ledge. It's a little bit more difficult than a feeble grind where it's in the reverse order of that, because you got to get your body weight in a specific way to do that 180. It's very difficult to get the clearance with your back end.
So our number one qualifier from Great Britain, 29 years of age, Alex Donachie.
Donachie riding for BSD Vans Europe, Monster Energy, and Procedure BMX. So technical, has helped usher in a whole new style of riding. You see that nollie up, double peg, 180 down. Good technique on that bar spin. Taking a foundation trick like the bunny hop bar spin, but just getting the bike a little bit sideways, tossing it, catching it one hand. Crooked grind going up, 180 bar spin. Todd, that was a big move.
Absolutely. He's come out firing right here. The technicality, but plus the speed and doing the up rail. He's doing it all right now.
And then hammering back with that haymaker combination. Look at this, Donachie. No! Oh, nice poke too soon right there. Just had it slip through his fingers. I have a feeling that might have shaken things up if Donachie could have put that run together, because he had those big combinations, and we saw that was rewarded really well with Devin Smiley, except Donachie actually had a couple more conflict and links in there. So he's going to have another attempt. Again, the best run portion is a big part. It's a majority score. But look how he goes backwards on that 180 bar spin. The crooked grind is when pegs are on either side of the rail sliding up. There's a crank arm, hopping into a double peg, landing manual. So that's 3 combos already. And then he links it over. Feeble on his non-traditional side, 180 with the bar spin. And then right there, unfortunately, just not able to get it all the way together. And that's what it's about, the risk versus reward. It's so technical and hard. These are tricks that maybe you would wind up filming for weeks or months for a video part. And our pro riders have been up in the ante, Donachie being one of them, helping define modern street riding by saying, hey, I'm going to actually be so consistent and dialed, I'm going to make this happen when it counts in my run.
Just so many elements in that final combo, going up to the 50 to the manual, and we didn't even know what was coming after. You know, if he landed it and carried it on. I think there's a lot of elements there that Donachie can be happy about, ready for the second run. Back to Emmanuel Silva. So this is second of 2 runs as we look at that first run lineup. Zeno Lehmann from Switzerland in the driving seat ahead of Devin Smiley, Jack Miller, Alex Donachie, Harrison Akari, Fernando Laxo, Santiago Laverde, and Emmanuel Silva. But it could all change because it is best run counts. Any of these runs could make their way to the top of that score sheet. With only 8 riders as well, everyone here has the possibility of getting up there, has the ability. And Emmanuel's powerful, fast riding could definitely do it. Oh, taking out the cameraman.
Talk about coming in hot right there. Look at that, recovering nicely though, giving a quick shoulder check, a QB sack to the cameraman. Thankfully it didn't go down too bad, able to recover 25 seconds. And this is where it's hard. You got to balance out how much you're going to be, the nerves, the energy, and really when you turn it up, you got to make sure that you're able to turn up the balance and just how consistent you can be. But right now, he is on fire. Talk about fuel, just going gas, gas, gas. 6 seconds to go for Emmanuel.
Oh, what a loose run, but I love it. Just going absolutely ham. Hey, you're only on this big stage once. You got to put it all out there. You got to go for it. And Emmanuel did that in front of his home crowd.
Riding for radio. Take a look. Hopping over quickly, parking his peg. And here we got a perspective. That tail whip 270, so much further he flew across the stage. Right into the cameraman. There you go. You got that feeble coming down on his non-traditional side with that 180 out. We're looking here as he is just flying it. Same thing, and then almost taking out our MC right there, as you said, loose. But I love it. Definitely fast and making it happen.
There's something about riders in any action sport that if they look like they're constantly going to stack it, but don't, it's just so much fun. And I feel like Silver's got that kind of element to him, that kind of loose cannon element. Really enjoy it.
Yeah, I love seeing him here in the final. We're going to keep it rolling for his second run of 2, UK's Jack Miller.
Just 20 years of age.
Riding for Federal, Vans, Cinema, 70s. I know that Stu Dawkins, the owner of Federal, is psyched on Jack Miller as he's twisting that turn down. Let's see if he winds up changing his format a little bit. Again, it's best run count, so we might see riders take a similar approach out here and sometimes try to throw in 1 or 2 more difficult tricks to up the ante. Just put a couple more toppings on this Sunday that they've already done. But a lot of that comes down to strategy and seeing how a rider might feel out there.
That's a shame. He was looking cleaner up till that point from his first run, but just tapping out of that trick on the down rail. Final trick then for Jack in his final run.
Ooh, looking for that ice pick, potentially to a 180. Very hard thing to do. The ice pick is when you balance on the back peg as opposed to the toothpick on the front. Your weight is got to get in that sweet spot, and then to do a 180 out of that, you got to get a hop, and it's a hard thing because you're just in that locked in, but you got to get that momentum. So we saw him going for the ice pick to 180. Maybe he'll throw that down in best trick. It's a potential, definitely a potential. He's right there kicking pedals around, and then here's a look, double peg up, 180 out, twisting it. Utilizing the 4 pegs, both sides grinding. Right there is on his traditional side, and you saw him try to get his weight just locked in, potentially to hop.
I think you're right there, Daryl. It's that hop out of the ice that really makes it that much harder. You've already found that balance point, but you just got to change your body position to huck it around, and just it's so easy to slip out on these well-waxed rails here.
Yeah, we're just guessing what he might be going from that, right? Because Jack Miller's such a great rider. He was maybe even trying to do a bar variation or some kind of rotational spin in there. But right now, we're going to switch things up. Our current leader, Zeno Lehman, on course. Tail whip, great style right there, kicking things around. That was in his opposite non-traditional direction because you saw the way that his feet were positioned. He had to bring his front foot back and then kick the frame around. Slipping the foot, but able to get back on it. Hopefully the judges didn't take too much notice, but they definitely will of that 180 bobble.
He's already got that huge first run, so he can just sit back and get ready for those best tricks now, I'm guessing. Maybe take a little practice here.
The philosophy of Zeno is just for fun, and I have to agree, seeing his riding style, there's fun, fun, fun written all over it. The Colt rider having a good time out here in Barcelona, and I definitely would be having a good time too if I was sitting at the top of the board. The run number 2 is definitely going to be his throwaway because you see slipping the pedals, falling back right there. Smile on the face, waving to the crowd, but still sitting in a good position as we work through run number 2 of 2. Again, looking at the board, Lehman sitting in with that 80, Smiley in second, Miller in third. So to lead for first, you have to get a score in the 80s or higher.
Yeah, and that big first score is really puts him in the driving position because the run holds that much more weight in this contest than the best tricks. Only 30 points up for grabs for those best tricks, and he's already got 80 out of 100 on that first run.
All right, let's see what Fernando Let's Go brings for run number 2 of 2. 45 seconds have been started, going down. Crank arm slide, hitting his back peg. It's a very difficult trick because you got to get that hop and then hit that peg before you're done. Throwing a little bit of a rodeo style one-handed tabletop on the far quarter pipe back at us. Double peg up to turn down. Looks like he's going to try to stick maybe with a similar format from his first run. Maybe try to clean things up a little bit. Double peg tooth hanger. Ooh, very technical, hopping over the rail, able to get it again, coming down with that grind 180 out. Todd, these are going to be important 10 seconds for Fernando.
Absolutely. A sweet run so far. Love that pop over. Needs to stay upright. Maybe throw one last banger. Has he got it on the up? Or is he going to be out of time?
Perfectly. Oh. He had that timing down. You know, that's a big part with BMX. You got to figure out your run. There's a lot to put in 45 seconds. And you have to say, what does my timing look like? How many tricks can I fit in? And how can you set up for the end? And I thought he was going to be just right. He was with the clock, but unfortunately put the foot down at the end. If a rider does that, you want it to be at the end of your run more so than at the beginning, because you put in a full pull, full score, and then you're not as penalized in the judges' eyes. Most likely, a lot of judges can have their own opinions and thoughts. That's why we have them here. But this is where it all went wrong. That 180 coming around in a difficult direction right there. Back end, you got to make sure you don't hang up on the rail. Didn't get enough rotation. Foot came off.
For sure, that timing is like a huge element that is different to a lot of BMXing your day-to-day life. You're not timing your runs because you don't want to make your last trick out of time, and you don't want to be riding around for 10 seconds aimlessly at the end of the competition. So yeah, super difficult one that is a skill developed by these comp riders.
All right, well, I know dogs around the world right now are cheering on this next guy, Devin Smiley. He's got a big heart for dogs, not only his own, but he definitely does fundraisers and donates to shelters, specifically out in California where he lives. Smiley on course. Let's see if he can make it consistent. Hey-oh, there we go, the backwards with the bar spin. Again, he's got that free coaster on his bike, so he can just cruise backwards. Double peg up, 360 at height. Hat flying off, and again, dropping in, just cool, confident, and in control. Smiley coming back at us. Todd, we got to make sure that Smiley is able to keep it consistent out here.
Yeah, the accuracy that he's showing is incredible with those rail rides. So he got for us for the final tricks.
Whip right there, final thought, and the 360 bar spin. Smiley looking good on both runs. Had a little bit of difficulty on the second run, putting it down, but I can't believe how consistent he can be, specifically going backwards on that grind ledge. Let's take a look. Double peg, manual, hops into the double tire, backwards bar spin. So smooth. Double peg up, there's that 360. I had a chance to hang out with Devin earlier in the year. He was hanging out here in Brooklyn. He actually went to this little local skate park by my house, and it was pouring rain out. Everyone's like, you can't ride, you can't ride. Next thing you know, he travels home and he posts a video online. He was out there solo, and he got this clip where he's sliding across the park backwards, grinding bar spins, left everyone speechless in New York City, street capital of the United States. There's a big history here with a lot of BMX riders, and Smiley just shows his bike control, and look at that popping up with a new leader, big score 85.33. Smiley right now moving into that top spot.
He's just dipped out. He's like, oh, I'll call that there, I'm done. Love that he showed the spinning both ways on that last rail trick as well, the down rail, spinning in one way, spinning out the other. Now his compatriot, Harrison Akari, he's also an East Coast guy, Daryl.
Yeah, Harrison, as mentioned, lives in New Jersey, rides a lot, bam! Hitting that back wheel nose manual, so hard to do because you got to find that sweet spot and make sure that you don't get bonked too far and pitched over the handlebars. Harrison cruising with that transfer. Having a great time here in Barcelona as he sets up with that quarter pipe air, and now we're going to see what he's going to bring us. Ooh, looking to get technical. I believe he might have bonked his back wheel on the upright of the rail. Definitely showing some new school riding right there. Looking at the course in a unique way. Oh!
How did he get away with that?
Getting that break arm slide coming down, charging right now. Final thought. Ooh. Looking for that manual dropping down.
Not quite the run he wanted.
Harrison Akari out here, first time at Barcelona Extreme. Also going to be seeing him at Simple Session, another premier contest taking place in Tallinn, Estonia next week. As I mentioned, I had a chance to talk with the owner of Animal Bikes, one of his sponsors, Ralph Sinisi, who's so hyped on Harrison and how he's been pushing his riding, leading the new school, doing it for Kink BMX, looking right there for that rail manual. When a rider's not able to just lock in one of their tires on a rail ride, they have 4 pegs, they can drop down into a grind like Harrison did right there.
Yeah, might not have been the run that he quite wanted, but I think he showed that he's on great form, ready for Simple Session next weekend. And yeah, like you say, first time here at Extreme Barcelona, makes the final. It's a good day out. Santiago Laverde of Colombia, now a resident of Barcelona, 24 years of age in our second place qualifier, drops in for his second and final 45-second run.
Look at the speed, bar spin up, bar spin down.
Definite crowd favorite with that greenhouse move.
Ooh. Come on, Santiago, get back on the horse. You got 28 seconds, and you got the support of Barcelona, and I know our BMX fans watching around the world. Getting that Smith to 180. Ooh. Wow, going for a big double bar spin variation from that wall ride. You saw how much impact it was across, as you said, that greenhouse, hitting that, pulling out, trying to throw the bars one way, and I believe tossing them back the other, falling off the back of the horse. But you see the support out here. Much respect from Barcelona to Santiago Laverde. Let's take a look at the many highlights. Charging right here, we call that red carpet entrance. Bar spin on, bar spin off. And we look as he bunny hops on, puts his front peg. You see that nice nosedive Smith grind, and then just getting that back tail end around, getting the 180, feet back on it.
Wholesome moment from Santiago as he finishes the second and final of his runs, but he's still got his best trick to come. And our first place qualifier here at Extreme Barcelona 2023 from the UK, 29 years old, it's Alex Donachie.
Donachie, former X Games gold medalist, can still take it at any time. He is a top rider, repping BSD Monster. And he is repping technical riders all over the world because, as I mentioned, he helped usher in a whole new style. His first run was looking so good, and then towards the end, he just fell off the back of the bike. Let's see if he can keep that consistency going, and this time up the ante with no mistakes.
Such a relaxed style.
Ooh, crooked up, 180 bar spin. He's got the goods. Let's see if he can keep it on when the pressure counts. Having a little difficulty on that combination, but able to keep it rolling. He was our #1 qualifier, so when the heat is on, he's able to deliver. Here's the combo. No! Oh, no! 2 for 2 off the back of the bike, doing the Baba Booey right there. So Donachie having some difficulty. Risk versus reward. Risk coming out on top right there for Donachie. Very frustrating for all Donachie fans, myself included, seeing that happen 2 times. But I got to give it to him. Big combination. Let's take a look. He goes up the rail right there. There's that crook 180 bar spin. Very clean. And then here we go. Executing the combos.
This is where
This is where it all went wrong. Grinding on one side of the bike, you see right here now on his opposite side, 180 bar spin, and then his hand just did not get on in time.
Just hit the eject button there and bounced out the back. Both runs unlucky for Alex. But it's not all over. Of course, we got 30 more points to get in 3 best trick attempts.
There you see Alex Kennedy, another famed BMX rider here. All the riders came out at Extreme Barcelona 15th edition right on the seawall. This is one of the most street cities in the world, and you can see right here the results. Smiley sitting in that top spot, Zeno Lemon in second, and Jack Miller in third. We are going to have our best trick, but that's the points 0 to 100, and they're going to be tallied with the best trick portion.
Devon and Zeno really in the driver's seats here, like a decent jump ahead of the rest of the guys. Clearly put down the best 2 runs. Of course, there's the ability for anybody else to come back, but yeah, Devon and Zeno really set themselves up very well in this format right here. The Extreme Barcelona Street Plaza is a completely new design for 2023. It's got this new big section. It's wider than it used to be, more options to shred. And Emmanuel Silva eyeing up perhaps another massive 360 combo. Hopefully not taking out our cameraman this time, Daryl.
The cameraman better take a few steps back or maybe a different vantage point, because we want to see all the action. And especially if Emmanuel Silva is going to just keep turning up the gas, bring it for us. There is a chance he might fly a little bit further. You saw that tail whip variation, the way he started run number 1. Here we go. Little hard to see from our house, but it looked like a potential tail whip variation. Not able to get it all the way around. You see that might have got a handlebar in his rib or maybe his shoulder, but I don't want to speculate. Hopefully he's okay.
So nearly disappearing off the back of the park by the looks of things there as well. Here we go, here's the angle. Oh, going double.
Ooh, going for a double tail whip. Trying to get that around.
He's back up though. Get checked over by the medical team. Barcelona behind him.
See if he can ride. I believe it might have popped his shoulder out and put it back into place. That is unbelievably painful.
That's gnarly.
Just shows the commitment that Emmanuel Silva has. If he's still in this, I mean, I got to give him props for just even competing out here and doing back-to-back to final dent best trick. He's still in the ring. As we mentioned, riders get 3 attempts out here.
Next to drop then, Jack Miller. First of his 3 attempts. He's up on the top deck, looking at this big section maybe.
Jack Miller finishing in 3rd for the runs. Let's see what he is going to choose. Riders can pick any obstacle on the course that they want. Oh, very technical. So we mentioned how hard the rail ride is, right? Round rail, round tires. But right now, Jack Miller taking his cranks, feet are off the pedals, spinning the cranks around, trying to crank flip and land on the tire ride, making it so much more difficult because you got precise. He's getting some points right there. You can see Alex Kennedy, also Anthony Perrin, who are riding and qualifying. They didn't make it into the finals, getting some points and support.
I was talking to one of the last year's scooter street champion earlier about that rail as well. He said it slides incredibly well, so the grip for a rail ride on there is minimal. So making that technical difficulty even greater.
Very good point to bring up, Todd. And let's keep that in mind as we watch our other riders on course. Ooh. Zeno Lemon going for an over. You see him nosedive. You got to clear your tires. Get onto the rail when you're going to grind on your other side. So as opposed to just grinding on that side, when you hop over the rail, the difficulty is very increased because you got to clear your wheels, and then you got to get on smooth enough where having that drop doesn't throw you off and you don't tilt over to the side.
So our first three riders finding it tough to lay down their first best tricks. These guys have been out here for a long time now. Fernando Laxo is the first rider to land one.
Buttery smooth combo right there. You see that toothpick hangover. 180, lands on his crank arm and seamlessly spreads the butter with that 180 out and just gets it dialed.
A beautiful description, Daryl. Spreads the butter. Absolutely.
Well, beautiful riding right there from Fernando. Let's go. Getting some well-deserved props from our riders.
Jumps him straight up, the first to land that best trick.
You saw Alvaro Esquivel, who rode in qualifying, didn't make it into finals, has a lot of fans cheering him on in our live stream. But getting some props to Let's Go out there. Now we got Devin Smiley, Tech Wizard, Cult Crew, California. Let's see what he's going to bring us. Again, keep in mind, he does have that free coaster. Ooh, big hop up, 180 backwards. Trying to get that manual right there. That's that free coaster where it comes into play. Some riders can manual backwards with that traditional freewheel. You see Matty Lascodi out there. All the pro riders, everyone showed up here. 15th anniversary Barcelona Extreme. Get some pointers right there. There's Alex Kennedy again. Cult Crew teammate.
So obviously not quite what he wanted. Probably wanted to hold that Fakey Manny a bit further, but still a land. Should still get a score on the board right here, and he's in the driving seat already.
Yeah, and the cool thing is the Cult Crew is actually out in Barcelona. I just took a train. I was in at Battle of Hastings last weekend, and I had a chance to travel a little bit with Dakota Roche, who's another Cult Crew rider, and he's out there with Devin Smiley. They're filming, working on a project. So he's got not only the fellow riders out there, but he's got his teammates, which is really cool. When you have a week like that, you can kind of get your head in the zone and have a good time. It takes a little bit of pressure off, and that's maybe what we saw in one of Devin's runs, where he was just really in control and chilling.
Oh yeah, so composed throughout the whole thing, and yeah, clearly a man who's content with his riding at the moment and riding really well. So, our man from New Jersey, Harrison Arcari.
All right, Harrison. Again, riders can choose any obstacle that they want to have their personality and tricks shine. New Jersey in the house, the Northeast, USA. Going up. Ooh. Looking for some kind of bar variation coming down. You saw he played the piano with his hands right there, getting ready to potentially throw the bars. Riding is so crazy. You think sometimes, hey, a rider might be looking to do something, and a lot of times our mind is just blown. So all we can do is kind of guess, hey, what does that body motion look like? What is he looking to do? We all just saw he kind of did a little bit of a twitch with the arms and saw the fingers move a little bit. You can see he's got 2 more attempts to represent Animal and Kink BMX and all the Northeast riders.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't.
Who's getting blown up in the group chat on the stream, just cheering him on. New Jersey represent.
Nice, excellent. Yeah, it's a shame we don't have that internal monologue microphone at the moment to know exactly what the riders are thinking as they're going through their runs. But that lack of knowledge is fun as well. We can just imagine what he could pull, and he could pull anything on that next run. That greenhouse is no joke, though. It's big, it's scary, it's slippery, and yeah, can't wait to see what he's going to throw off that.
All right, Santiago Leverde, we already said, an established crowd favorite, gets the energy going, and because his tricks are so varied. Charge into the far end of the course. Wall ride, bar spin back, bam, getting it done.
I think that might have been the demon he was trying to slay from the end of his second run there as well. Definitely stoked with that trick, because that is a hammer.
Yeah, Todd, that's a really good point you highlight. When a rider is able to get a little bit of redemption right there and go back for seconds, pull it in a contest, that's got to be a great feeling. And you see, he threw the bars, and I love the way, watch, he guides them all the way and then throws them all the way back. Sometimes a rider could shortchange it and just do 270, but he got a full 361 degrees, I'm going to say, because that was official. Bars forward, bars back, dialed for Laverde.
Yeah, dialed is the word right there. That was clean as a whistle. So that scores a 4.6 for his first best trick. One rider left to throw down their first trick, and that's Alex Donachie. So obviously a man of combos. Where do we sit here with the combos? I guess as long as he's in a trick, in manual or fakie, it's all can be counted as part of that best trick.
Yeah, Todd, that's a good point you bring up, because riders can link it together. And a link essentially means what you mentioned, right? A manual, front or back end, going forwards or backwards, or riding with two tires, going backwards. They can also potentially do some kind of variation standing on the peg and putting all the tricks together. But I think actually Donachie...
Oh, we just missed his attempt. It looks like a crank slide and wanted something more out of it.
Yeah, if we had to guess, maybe it would have been to a manual, but we're going to go back to the top right now. And it looks like everyone's going to clear the deck, because we already saw Emmanuel Silva come in hot.
Coming in absolutely spicy is what he's coming in right there. He's coming in like a chili pepper.
5-star spice off the menu. Can't believe that he's riding after popping his shoulder out of joint. Usually a rider would say, hey man, I'm out of commission for a while, but you see that arm seems to have full range of motion and movement. So I'm cheering him on along with everyone else at home, and look how much speed he's bringing.
Oh. Burly.
Oh, come on, that shoulder. Your heart goes out for him. Popping out again. Talk about the commitment. Let's watch the speed and momentum. You see him just charging across, peeling back the throttle, going off the quarter pipe, and watch the back end. 1, 2, and then he's not able to get it all the way around. He almost gets tangled up in that head tube with his feet, where he wasn't able to get that full rotation with the handlebars, really guiding it around the second time. And then just had so much force come down on his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm glad he bounced away from that and didn't get his legs tangled up as well, because that could have been even worse. But this guy is a man of steel, for sure.
Emmanuel, if you need some physical therapy on that shoulder, definitely hit me up. I got a full range of exercises we could do to try to tighten that thing up, because we want to see you not only ride in your third attempt out here, but continuing to crush it on the international scene like you are here today at Extreme Barcelona. I'm going to take this opportunity to remind riders a big part of it, stretching, doing the exercises. It's about extending the ride, making sure that your body and mind are in good position so you can deliver when it matters. BMX is definitely hard on the body. You know, if you ride, you definitely go down, take some slams, have that wear and tear, lifting these bikes up that are 20 to 30 pounds. Heavy bike, a lot of jarring out there. So hopefully Emmanuel Silva's okay, but right now we got Jack Miller dropping in. Oh, getting it done. Second arrow out of the quiver, pulling it back, hitting the target, crank flip onto that double tire ride, and then popping right off with the variation. You see Matty Loscoidi down there, psyched, Devin Smiley, also Alex Donachie, fellow competitors, hyped, but watch the cranks right here, kicking it around, double tire ride. I don't even know how that is possible. Bunny hop with the bar spin off. Nice, smooth, in control right there. Jack Miller repping and looking good.
Oh, big score on that trick as well. 7.6 for that second attempt to that crank flip, tire ride, bar spin out. Zeno then, second place after the runs, needs 2 good scores here. Coming into that biggest of the rails.
Yes. Got to tell you, Zeno looking really good out here. As I mentioned, just for fun is one of his mottos. You'd never have any idea the way he's been crushing it consistently. You see Anthony Perrin out there giving a pound. Again, a rider who was in qualifying. Take a look right here. Hopping on over double peg and then that 180. Your momentum's so difficult to do because you actually have to lean over the rail when you hop over so that your momentum doesn't just keep you going over and your pegs fall off. And then to get that 180, it's so difficult. You got to find that pocket, and Lino just did. And so Zeno right there, excuse me, Zeno just getting it done, second attempt.
That rail is huge as well. That's like over bar height. So to hop up and over and lock in on the other side, and it's rewarded with a 7.1.
Todd bringing up the important details because all of our riders know if something's around bar height, it's so much more difficult. Look at that right there. As you said, his grip could even got stuck. Hop over, and you see the way he has to lean over the rail to the left and then switch it up, bringing his weight to the right by the time he slides off the end. All right, Fernando, let's go. Ooh, looking to switch things up. As mentioned, on his first run, he had one bullseye, one and done with that variation, crank arm 180 out. So he's going to change things up. Again, riders have 3 attempts. Might be a little bit of strategy as we talked, similar that we saw in the BMX run portion of the street final. Riders can get something in and say, hey, I got one score in. Let me see if I could up the ante and push that risk reward for the following runs.
So here's a man who could well get himself on the podium. Handed over to a man who is sitting right near the top of it at the moment. Devon Smiley loved his clips from Hastings last weekend. You must have been hyped on those, Daryl.
Oh, yeah, he's such a technical rider, and we're witnessing someone who's also just pushing the front lines of BMX. That's why I mentioned that free coaster. He likes to go backwards, and doing a manual backwards is so much harder. Let's see if he focuses on this. As the Colt rider, Smiley, goes up, double peg, 180, going backwards, changing it up. Oh, 360 full bar spin backwards, clean, dialed, and in control. We're seeing Smiley switched up a little bit of what he went for that first one. It might have been some strategy right there. You saw he actually lifted his hands up after the trick. Maybe he was trying to land manual, maybe not, but this is perfect. Nope, that was clean. Landing double tire backwards, off the stage, precision, 360 full bar spin. You see all the other riders out there hype. And take a look, that double peg was enormous going up, so smooth. And then to be able to precisely pivot on that back wheel to get the full 360 pop right on the edge and stage dive off, tossing the bars around. Smiley right there. Big move, big finisher.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing there. He needed to land the trick. That fakey manual is so droppable, and that's still an absolutely hammer combo. I love that. Full cab truck at the end is crazy.
So Smiley smashing it right there. Currently our leader with the 2 scores from Street and also Parc. Yes. The Northeast getting cheered on right now. First time riding in the pro contest here at Extreme Barcelona. Harrison Akari going back to the top. What's it going to be? Oh, 2 times with the bar spins. Hot hands, bang, bang, bullseye, double time. Akari right there getting it done on his second attempt.
Double throw bars are just always terrifying. I love them. You're just off the bars for so long. Oh.
Yeah, and you got to have that commitment. And it sets the cadence for the first bar, fast, fast. And you see he guided him around. So you're seeing a very different version from maybe where Santiago threw and wrapped it around and threw it back. And here you're just seeing he guides it 2 times around. It was almost like a double bus driver guiding it around. The difference between a bar spin and a bus driver, Chris Moeller did the first bus driver on dirt many moons ago. And that's where you just guide it by hand. As far as the bar spin, you toss it, and right there you see that double, just putting his hand on that fan blade and spinning it faster and faster.
And doing that scary trick off the scariest drop in the park. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, because when you bunny hop like that, your hop can be a little inconsistent. It's easy to kind of lose your pop and not get your weight in the right position, but you'd have no idea that could potentially have been the case when Harrison Akari just went off with that double bus driver into the quarter pipe, super smooth from the highest sub on the quarter.
Santiago Laverde up on the greenhouse for all that speed. Oh my days. That's an outrageous trick. Up rail, 180 downside whip, wanted to land in the fakie, but instead landed in the speaker.
So all eyes now on Donachie. Pressure is on. He has delivered specifically yesterday in our qualifier. His riding is so technical. Crank arm, trying to get that manual. You got so much pressure coming down from that rail. Since it has that pitch into the ground, it just drives your force down. It's hard to get that manual where you got to find that sweet spot of the balance with the front end up. Now, all of our street riders here are brakeless. They chose to ride no brakes. You could set your bike up anyway, but if you do have that brake, you can use it and kind of feather it with one finger to kind of help keep that sweet spot. But, you know, BMX was pushed forward so many years ago, like guys like the Gons or Troy McMurray or Edwin De La Rosa, shout out New York, baby, and just pushing brakeless riding. It kind of became the norm. So you have that as the staple for a lot of street riding. But it's all about preference. And some guys feel like having no brakes on their bike really can make them a better bike rider. You got to adjust your speed, and you got to find that sweet spot on tricks like manuals. And some say it can up the consistency for them.
Oh, absolutely. There's nowhere to hide with no brake, is there? And you're definitely showing the judges every time that you've found that balance point. There's no help. There's no hiding. It's yeah, you've laced it if you're doing it brakeless. The crowd.
Now we're going to see what happens. The crowd is excited. We still have one more run. I don't know if we're going to see Emmanuel Silva back. I hope that we do, and that he's able to keep it together and his shoulder can stay in position in place. We're going to notice and realize this in real time along with the crowd here in Barcelona.
Final run times here. Looks like Emmanuel Silva is not going to be riding. Jack Miller's name just appeared. Oh no, we did.
So taking a look right here, Emmanuel Silva, we're actually looking at some highlights, I believe, that we've seen thus far from the competition of our riders as we get ready for our third and final out here. Fernando, let's go. Look at that toothpick 180 clearing the back end. That was just there at the end of his run, not able to get it going. But as you mentioned, it looks like we're going to move to Jack Miller for his third and final run here at the Men's Street Final Best Trick. Let's see if Jack Miller can up the ante. Switching things up. There's the ice pick trying to get that 180 out. So hard to do. Again, it just pile drives you into the ground, trying to find that sweet spot. But let's not forget, he did pull it off in his second run. That crank flip, double tire ride, bar spin out. He might have said, hey, I know I might not be able to be as consistent. You see that 7.60 with the two goose eggs on either side. So he does have that solid score from that one combo in run number 2 of 3.
Zeno Lehmann there for Switzerland. Second place after the runs. What's he got for us for his final trick? As our MCs get this massive crowd here down at the Street Plaza, hyped up.
Zeno going up. Trying to get technical there on that flat rail. Looks like the third attempt is going to miss the bullseye. But you see right there, sitting in second place, had that big run, score 81, and then had that 7.10 in his second attempt of best trick. Very impressed with the Swiss rider out here today. Working it down, we've got our fourth rider of our final. Fernando Let's Go coming out for his third attempt out here. Again, this is a combo portion of the contest. 100 points from our best runs. 2 options out there, 45 seconds, and now our last best trick. There's going to be, I believe, 10 points counting towards the score for a max. Here we go, Fernando, flat rail over double peg, manual, not able to keep that combo together, so his second attempt thankfully got that done as well. So far, we're seeing a consistent goose egg from each one of our 4 riders. We're not able to get it done, but we do have 4 more remaining.
Including our top rider at the moment, looking to extend that lead. Still 3 riders to drop after him, so this isn't a victory lap yet. Devon Smiley living up to his name there, looking happy, looking cruisy.
All eyes posted on Smiley. Let's see what he's going to pull out of his trick bag. Double peg, 180 backwards, trying for that manual right there. So that's what we talked about on the second run. I thought he was going to go for that backwards manual, but when we watched the replay, he clearly wanted to land double tire right there. And I think that was a wise strategy. His first attempt, he tried going backwards manual, wasn't able to get it, and then he tried double tire. And thank you to our in-house MC right now. This is for the fans. This is for us. Smiley going for another attempt. This is not going to count towards his score. Going up double peg, trying for that backwards manual. Oh, we had some camera cut out right there, but you could see him just enter back into the frame, cruising backwards, trying to pull a big combo off that stage right there.
That is a crazy bit of balance. Traveling backwards, balancing on one wheel, no brakes. That's wild. 3 riders left to drop then. First of those is New Jersey's Harrison Arcari. Through that crazy double throw bar, or the double bus driver. Off the top of the greenhouse. What's he got for his third best trick attempt?
Ooh, oh, so close. Double tire ride, 180 bar spin. You mentioned how slick and slippery the rails are. Harrison Arcari, double tire up, getting that 180, throwing the bars double time, and then not able to put it together. But look at this, boom, boom. And then you see the front end drop right before his hands are able to touch the grip. Thankfully able to step off the back. Not really sure how that was possible for him to just have that exit point, but it looks like his second attempt is going to be the highest of the 3 with a 6.60.
Almost looked like he was going bar to bar there. Really just insane off that up rail ride.
All right, anything can happen right now. All eyes glued to the screen. We have Santiago Laverde dropping in. He's got some nasty crank arm slides, and I mean that in the best way. Let's see if he maybe brings that option out here. Double peg up, kicking the downside, 180 tail whip.
Went for it again, didn't quite get it. He wants one more go for the crowd.
Come on, we all want one more from him. Let's go.
He needs that encore.
I want to see a rebel run, even if the MC says we're on a schedule out here. I want to see that 180 trying to kick it around. You saw the way that he just had his foot move from the pedal to the frame, and here we go. Double up. Oh! Oh, man, I'll give it to him right there. Look, we're not filming a video part. We are filming a contest. The pressure's on. Landed on the pedals right there. You saw his front wheel hit that speaker. Big ups, big props. He's got the skill set to get it done. That's obviously not going to count to his score. The 4.60 of first run will Remember, he did that wall ride with that double bar spin all the way around and then threw it back. You see the props out there from the fellow riders. Matty Lastoidi.
Catching a lot of love from
Perrin.
the crowd as well.
Yeah, there's something about a contest when a rider can tap into the energy like Santiago can, feed off, have a good time. They see it in qualifying, see it in practice, see the way you interact with the other riders. It's so much fun because it's that exchange back and forth. And so much of BMX competition, world's first, happened because of that energy. And right now, our #1 qualifier, Alex Donaghy, is going to try to put it together. As we said, the BSD Monster Endless Rider has done it before. He's won an X Games gold medal, did it in our qualifying. Can he do it now? Pressure is on for Donaghy.
Winds himself up.
Setting up. Oh, switched it up right there. Okay, okay. Said, hey, you know what? I'm going to play with that risk reward right there. There's nothing saying that a rider has to stick with the same combo. You see the way that he kicked that back end over, nose dove down, put his front left peg on, his right rear peg, grinded down, and then got that 180 popping off for Donaghy.
And on your first 2 runs, you've got that ability to say, well, I've got another run. If I don't land this, then I've got another chance. This is last chance saloon here. So perhaps went for something that he felt more confident on, and still a banger trick with that'll give him a good score.
Waiting for Donaghy's 3rd attempt to register. 1.20 was his first go.
So it's not going to be enough to bump him all the way up top. Could he jump up perhaps to the podium with something very good? Our final score coming in of Extreme Barcelona Men's Street BMX Final. Waiting for that very last score for Alex Donaghy. Our first place qualifier, but couldn't quite put it together in finals. Looks like Santiago's still having a go at that downside whip out of the up double peg. Crowd getting hyped up, want him to throw it. So in a moment, we're going to throw down to our sports director, Tony Alvarez, who's going to be interviewing the winner while Santiago still goes crazy. Let's go down then to Tony Alvarez.
Okay, Devon, I'm here with the winner from today, BMX Street Final. It's Mr. Devon Smiley. Here, huge congrats for the win. It's your first time here in Barcelona. How was to perform and compete here in front of this crazy crowd?
It's an amazing experience, and it's crazy to be here in Barcelona in general. I was just here riding bikes, and Mickey invited us to ride the Extreme Barcelona. First time riding this event, a lot of fun, good energy from the crowd. It's a great environment, so I'm just happy, you know, to be out here riding bikes with my friends and being able to just have fun. It's the best.
Okay, man, dude, huge congrats. Enjoy the win, and welcome to Barcelona. Welcome to Extreme Barcelona. Okay, it's all from Devon. Todd, we're back to you. Bye.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah, thank you, Tony. As we look back on the highlights of Devon's winning runs, love that fakie combo over that little step down ledge. There's the up bar to fakie, truck driver that he did in his best trick runs, and some of the other hammers. 180 over double peg on that orange down rail, 360 up and out, losing the hat. Just an absolute.
Yeah, Todd, great riding right here from Devon. Look at this, the double peg backwards, trying for that manual. We did see him do the clean back with the truck driver off. I think this might be a perspective of it. Look at the double tie ride, not doing the manual right there, and then just boom, precision, throws the bars, and just laces it and links it together. One of the hardest tricks that we've seen of the entire competition. And let's take a look at this. Devin Smiley, USA Colt rider on top, 93.73. Big ups to the Swiss rider Zeno Lehmann with an 87.10. And I'm very impressed with Jack Miller's riding, a 73.93. Followed by Alex Donaghy, Harrison Arcari, Fernando Lutzko, Santiago Laverde, and then Emmanuel Silva is going to wrap up our top 8 riders.
What a contest, Devin. And yeah, Jack Miller taking that 3rd spot as well. I think a lot of it on the back of that awesome rail ride combo with the crank flip on, bar spin off. A real standout tech trick right there. A young guy with a big future ahead of him.
Yeah, I love seeing this platform for so many street riders to bring their own flavor and taste. Again, street riding BMX freestyle, you can choose to make it whatever you want. So if you're thinking about picking up a BMX bike after watching this, just go out to a shop, grab yourself a BMX bike. If you're in Barcelona, head down to The Cut. We already talked about that being such a curated, awesome shop. You can get out there and ride, and next thing you know, a few years later, you might be on the podium right here like our 3rd place finisher, Jack Miller from Great Britain, getting that bronze medal.
I'm picking up some decent coin as well, like several £1,000s up for grabs for these guys. A big prize purse here at Extreme Barcelona. He'll be happy to take that back to the UK. 2nd place from Switzerland, Zeno Lehmann, 2nd Swiss rider on the podium today after Nikita won in the women's Parc earlier today, so the big day for the Swiss.
Todd, we're not sure how much of that money might make it back because Barcelona is known for partying as much as they are for action sports. So I think our riders might be going out with some well-deserved celebration after this.
Yeah, most of that couple of grand getting spent on cervezas tonight, I think, yeah. Yeah, Saturday nights on Devon right now. Getting some congratulations from the rest of the podium. A big family sport, this, isn't it? Everybody loves supporting each other and pushing each other forward across action sports in general. That's one of the things I love about it the most.
Right there, getting the gold medal at Extreme Barcelona 15th edition Men's Street Final. USA's Colt rider, Devin Smiley.
Looks like he can't believe it, really. Like, didn't know he was riding until that long ago. Stepping in, taking the win. No messing about. So a gold medal around the neck of Devin Smiley, with Zeno Lehmann 2nd and Jack Miller of the UK in 3rd. The first of 3 finals tonight here at Extreme Barcelona on the Street Plaza. Skate coming up shortly, and scooter to finish out the night. 3 of our 5 disciplines here at Extreme Barcelona 2023, with, of course, breaking and 3x3 basketball as well. A packed schedule of live streams coming up, though. There's our final of the Street Men, with Devin Smiley, Zeno Lehmann, Jack Miller, Alex Donaghy, Harrison Arcari, Fernando Laxo, Santiago Laverde, and Emmanuel Silva. So, Daryl, what an incredible event.
Yeah, I got to give it up. Extreme Barcelona, 15th edition, giving all of our riders a platform to express themselves, especially the street riders. I want to give a shout out to all the BMX Street fans around the world who tuned in. I also want to give some extra props to all of our riders that didn't qualify for the final. That was stacked. We had Courage Adams out there, Anthony Perrin, Alex Kennedy, just to name a few. But the 8 riders in the finals brought some diverse style, some very technical combos, and when all was said and done, Devin Smiley coming out on top. Big combos, 360 truck driver off the stage, precision from the Colt rider. Big ups to all of our BMX Street fans out there.
Absolutely, it was a stacked field, and because of the contracted day yesterday with the rain, they had to perform for hours on end in the heat of the late afternoon. Temperatures just starting to drop now for the skate and scooter finals, so but I think it's going to stay hot on the Street Plaza this afternoon and into the evening. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Speaking of which, we are now just very short, 6:30 we're due to go live with the Skate Street Finals. I'm guessing that might be pushed back a little bit now, but Skate Street Finals with last year's champion, Angelo Caro, going through as the #1 qualifier with Danny Leon just behind him, and our Scooter Street Finals are coming up straight after that as well. So it is a packed schedule here at Extreme Barcelona. We've got a few seconds left, so Daryl, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow, and join us again for Skate Street Finals shortly.
Podeu gaudir de l'espectacle i dels millors riders vinguts de diferents punts del territori de la península, de diferents punts d'Europa, de diferents punts del planeta, Nord-Amèrica, Llatinoamèrica i més enllà. Per realitzar aquesta jornada tinc el meu company, Antoni González. Gracias, Aires, un placer estar aquí otro año más. Fòrum, quiero ruido. Família, esteu aquí o no per del Fòrum? Extreme Barcelona 2023, esteu aquí o no? Celebrando 15º aniversario de esta vuestra gran competición, el Extreme Barcelona de nuevo tomando el Fòrum, epicentro del mejor skateboarding internacional. Se viene la final. Vamos a estar en streaming, como no, en el canal de YouTube de Urban World Series, y en la televisión catalana y en alguna más, los 8 finalistas.
En Imagine tenemos una pregunta. ¿De qué color ves nuestro logo? ¿Verde o azul? Si lo ves verde es porque juntos ya hemos plantado más de 300.000 árboles. Si lo ves azul es porque hemos retirado más de 21 toneladas de plástico del mar. Y es que somos muy azules, y muy verdes, y muy azules, y también verdes, y azules, claro. Imagine, somos lo que hacemos.
Estoy muy orgulloso de ti, hijo. No sé qué podría hacer por ti. Yo sí sé qué puedes hacer por mí, papá.
Un regalito de inicio de curso a tu padre no le cuesta mucho, porque ahora por ser de mi Movistar puedes tener hasta 5 dispositivos. Juega como quieras, juega mejor.
Ay, papá, ¿cómo eres?
Las pequeñas alegrías no son pequeñas, son la alegría. Date una alegría. Venga, Andalucía.